You know who I am. But you don't know why I'm here.
Ding dong. Hello?
Everybody three count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I didn't get here because I was cute, or because I came from some famous wrestling family, or because I sucked up to the right people. I got here because I am good. I earned this championship.
Frustrated into the goddamn word for it. This is bullshit.
Brett made a very, very selfish decision. Brett's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. Brett screwed Brett. I have no sympathy whatsoever for Brett.
This is my show, and I'm sick of all of you calling me the coward. You're the cowards. I'm the one here day in and day out in that wrestling ring, beating people up. Thank you very much.
I don't steal opportunities. I am the opportunity.
3 ain't enough now. I need 5. Welcome in, Jim.
I'm an idiot.
Ryan.
I'm a sausage guy.
Matt.
Who gives a shit?
Tim.
Right on the cock.
And intern Mark.
Hi, boys.
Oh my goodness, what am I doing? There's a 1. There's a 2. Oh,
Wow. Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3 Count Thursday. We are live a little bit late, but don't worry. We're here. We are live. It is Thursday night. It is January the 13th, 2022. We are still the podcast of the millennium. Make sure you go to the website, 3countthursday.com. That's where you'll find everything 3 Count Thursday related. You'll find our social media links, our merchandise over at whatamaneuver.net.
what am I doing?
Thank you, Mark. Our Patreon page, patreon.com/3count Thursday, our collar and elbow brand deal. Use promo code 3count at checkout. Get 10% off each and every order. Our home network, of course, NGSC Sports at ngscsports.com. And our secondary home is the Leap Sports and Music Network. Ryan, that would be
sports.com.
Thank you. So yeah, this looks a little different than we've gotten accustomed to for the last almost 2 full calendar years. Are you talking to me?
No.
Is this what's gonna happen the whole time?
No.
This is actually why we haven't
No.
been in the same room together for 2 years.
It has been. I didn't think we'd both fit on camera.
I know, we're really stretching the boundaries of what is considered widescreen.
This is still better than sitting behind you at a metal table the way we started.
Yeah. If you go back to some of those earlier episodes way back in the day, you were. Well, at first you were.
I was at the dining
room table,
which was great because I could just eat dinner and podcast.
Correct. And then you were at
my
the
dining room
metal table, and then when Tim started showing up, it was the 6-foot
We
white
came
table.
down here. We had to space it out better.
Yeah, and then we had the big tables down here,
and then we had the Corona Roonies.
Yeah. So it was. I think it was what, the second week of March in 2020 was the last time that we were all.
Tim looks different.
I'm
late. I had a bunch of technical issues at my house, so that's what brought me to Tim.
What's going on in Brunnerville, Pennsylvania?
So man, I was setting everything up. I was running late. I tried the new Lidditz Pizza Company for dinner.
How is that?
Very tasty.
Okay.
Very tasty. Well worth. It was like 35-minute wait, which isn't awful, but very tasty. I would recommend doing it
denied.
During
Go
the
to
week.
101soundboards.com to access the sound. If you are ready
That's my own
to please
I
reload
like
the
this.
page.
This is the new sound effect you just put on, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck is
I enjoy
going
that.
on? I'm trying to
Good.
let me reload the page.
That was the new one. No, we just added that new
Did we?
sounder.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
See, yeah, you clicked on the right one. We just added it. So yeah, I was setting it, and my whole power blipped off for like 30 seconds. Like, what's going on? And then the internet was taking forever to come back up. Nobody on Wi-Fi couldn't get on my Wi-Fi. The internet was router, and then it blipped off again real quick. And I said, Jim, you want some company? And then I gathered my belongings, which I didn't need apparently, and scampered.
You did.
Down
you ran down
into
here.
the
You have
valley.
a car, which is I'm impressed.
I'm trying to work out. I've lost a little bit of weight.
You look pretty good. You look better than me.
So the run was the best option.
All right, let's get to the rest of it.
Smokey, were you invited to come or not?
Jim invited me to come.
I mean, he actually he just kind of came himself.
I said, "Do you want company?" And then I just showed up. He was invited to come.
So down in that corner down there, we have one of the members of the Take 3 Wrestling Podcast, Mike, Big Mike. How we doing this week, my guy?
We're good. Good. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. Last week I put in
Mike,
the chat.
we can't hear you. Big Mike.
No, stop. Cannot hear me?
No, I'm just messing with you.
No, we can definitely hear you.
Major time to ground control. Major time to ground control. Oh, it's Thanos. Just trying to blip everybody here. Let's see how it is. Good job, bud. No, we're good. Thanks for having me again. I'm cashing in Money in the Bank from beating Tim in the picks a couple months ago. So we're here to do that fun stuff. You might hear Joe.
Do you want to cash in? Do you want
Yes.
to cash in? What do I do with this?
He's handing it in.
Do you want to?
Handing it.
Do you want to? Do you want to do this?
There you go. Yeah, no. So you might hear fellow cohort Joe every once in a while chime in audio wise. He's right there somewhere.
Hi, Joe.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there's,
Yo, Joe.
There's Hand of Joe. How's Hand of Joe this evening?
Hey, you know what? A lot of people get charged a lot for Hand of Joe, so I'm just saying I gave it to you for free. You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Oh my.
Yeah.
All right.
Try living like 3 miles away from this guy and working with him.
I too sometimes run to Mike's house, like
you're braver than me, Mike. You're braver than me. Matt,
how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm glad that the two of the Take 3 Wrestling podcasts that I like showed up. So stay where you are, Ernest. Thanks for
Don't
listening.
worry, we don't like Ernest either.
he just hosts the show. That's the only reason he's
That's
there.
all he is. Those Giants fans. But I'm happy to be here. It's Thursday. It means it's almost the weekend. So
We got Tim in the comments. And I love you, man. We're having a good day. We've had some exciting new merchandise hit the 3 Count page on TeePublic. We'll probably have some more coming soon. Intern Mark,
how you doing?
Oh shit! Did I?
No, he's not. He's doing that
God
himself.
damn it! I hate him.
I'm doing that myself. I'm
Mark.
I'm doing pretty good, boys. All things considered, I'm
Yeah, it hurts.
still. It does hurt. I'm still trying to get over the passing of Ronnie Spector, but we'll get through this.
I'm glad I didn't hit I was going to hit a sound bite.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't do that.
Mark, I thought you
sound bite
were
in my head.
upset. I thought Mark was upset because Sonny got arrested again.
Wow.
Well,
Man, I'm a little upset about that too. It's gonna be tough to make bail in January. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
After all the Christmas spending and the trash bills due this month and the sewer, gotta pay the sewer bill, and I got to bail
well,
out Sonny.
isn't bail for Sonny? Doesn't that count as a sewer bill?
That's you can,
At this point, it's probably a tax write-off.
Probably.
Should be.
This
What a
is the
shame.
premier place to be. I didn't know if anybody knew that. Where you
Can we use that word?
No.
Oh, is
that
it trademark?
That was invented by another wrestling podcast. The word premiere.
Well, if we
can call it primer, like the base
This
of
is
coat.
this is the oh my god, it's the primer.
The
place
primer.
to be.
Bay
to,
Bay.
to discuss with one
Bay
S.
Bay.
We can't say place either. We have to say location.
It's the location to discuss with one S.
To hold the discussions.
What's the
perhaps?
other one? To be hurt. HEAR heart.
To be
hurt.
To be listened to.
To be listened to.
Right. This is a safe space. is
We'll
what we're
figure it
trying to
out.
say.
We'll figure it out. Let's see. Angel says anywhere Ryan is a premier place to be.
See, so okay.
Aw, how nice.
other people say premiere, we're okay. We can read it. We just can't.
Oh
say it
yeah.
ourselves.
We can't.
no, that's
we
fine.
can't use it because that is trademarked to another wrestling
That
podcast.
checks out.
They invented. Actually, they invented wrestling
Look,
podcast.
here's the deal. Anthony's probably sad. He said he's crying.
Oh, he's crying.
So we should probably stop saying this stuff because if he's upset, I don't want to upset.
Yeah,
anybody.
we don't want to upset anybody.
I'm sorry that upset.
Sorry,
you.
Ant.
I'm sorry. Sorry we upset
We
you.
don't want to. We don't want to upset anybody. So yeah, let's not do that anymore.
The last thing I want to do.
Ryan, do you want to read one of these?
Now, Mike.
I know.
At least it wasn't 4 seconds delayed.
That's true.
When you beat Tim for your Money in the Bank, did he acknowledge you that week as the victor? You were acknowledged.
Yes, he did.
And you have held this for 500 days, correct?
Give or take a day or two.
Okay. No, you can read this shit.
Can we do it now?
On this day in 1950.
I think I've missed this.
Probably.
I think I've missed
Yeah.
this.
The better of the Hart brothers, Bruce Hart, was born.
What year?
1950.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else born today?
Today, John Kronos. John Cronic was born in 1969. Heyo. R.I.P.
It was in the summer.
Chad Gaspard. Mark, I'm talking. In
I'm
1981.
sorry.
And Mason Ryan, not Madison Rain, like I read it 3 times while looking at this. It's Mason Ryan.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, boys.
Born in 1982.
You want to keep going?
No, I don't. I want to have a beverage. I'm parched after
Sure?
that.
What are you drinking?
It's a gingy ale.
Bruce Hart, definitely the premier.
It's a sugar-free. It's a zero sugar.
Zero
sugar.
So we'll
took
get
the
back to
sugar
all
and
this.
removed
I
it.
had the zero sugar Dr. Pepper cherry, and it's not that much different than a Dr. Pepper. So I
believe
think
that.
one of the 23 flavors is cherry. If we're keeping track.
That's probably right.
Okay.
Hey, the Flyers just tied it up.
Look at that.
Sure did.
Premier hockey team.
How about that? How about that?
I mean, I don't think anyone uses the word premiere to describe the Flyers. This
No,
season.
that's a stretch. But I mean, if other people can stretch that
Well-
word, so can we.
That's true.
That's
they
true.
might be the primer because like it's the thing that you want to cover up. I think that's
That
think
gray
that's how
base,
that goes.
the base coach.
Chris Chavis.
You're done.
Let's just call him.
Tatanka.
Let's call him
your
Tatanka.
hair's so
Wrestled his
soft.
debut match against Joe Thunderstorm
Girl, can I
for
just
Larry
have you?
Sharp's World Wrestling Alliance in
Is this
Philadelphia, PA. Chavis was trained by Sharp at the Monster
God, your
Factory
hair's, like,
in
so
New
soft.
Jersey. Is that Mark? Is that Mark talking? In 1993, Clash of Champions 22 takes place from the Mecca in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It was the final clash for announcer Jim Ross, who was fired by WCW shortly after
My
the
final
show.
class. The big cowboy.
The show featured 7 matches in the main
7
event.
the same
Rhodes,
day.
Sting, and Cactus Jack defeated Big Van Vader, Barry Windham, and Paul Orndorff in a Thunder Cage match. Whatever the hell that is.
Wait till AEW does one of them.
Oh my God.
Thunder King.
And it'll probably be on an episode of Dark, too. In 1997, Monday Nitro's 3.4 beats Monday Night Raw's 2.3 rating in this week of the Monday Night War. Nitro took place live from the Superdome, in New Orleans, and in the main event, the Giant defeated WCW champion Hulk Hogan, by DQ. Raw was taped previously at the Pepsi Arena in Albany, New York. And in the main event, The Undertaker defeated Crush by DQ. A lot of DQs going around. 2001, ECW holds an event at the Pine Bluff Convention Center in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, which would be its last before the company declared bankruptcy on April the 4th.
Pine Bluff is beautiful this time of year.
Is it? I don't think it is.
God.
WWE Raw marks its 10th anniversary with an edition live from the Mohegan Sun Arena in Ucasville, Connecticut. They also taped the following weekend Sunday Night Heat, which was only shown internationally due to the Royal Rumble being that following Sunday. Finally, in 2013, TNA holds their 8th annual Genesis pay-per-view from the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida, in front of 1,100 fans. The show featured 9 matches, and in the main event, Jeff Hardy defeated Austin Aries and Bobby Roode in a 3-way elimination match to retain the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And those were the events that occurred in pro wrestling history.
Who was defeated in that match?
Thank you, Matt.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Double A, and it was Bobby Rude.
Okay.
Many apologies. I'm still getting used to.
Yeah, that's on me, folks.
It's okay. No, it's on apparently
Get used to Smokey.
Pennsylvania.
I don't know if somebody hit a pole or a cow got out. Who the hell knows?
Had to be something.
Now,
Is Tim still here is Tim still in the crowd?
Is he in the comments?
In the comments? Tim?
Devin's what are you upset about?
He'll get over it.
he's upset.
He sat on it when he sat down on a wooden chair.
He may be the reason for the power outage.
He might.
You got him excited, Smokey, talking about that new chicken fillet.
Devin calling his shot. That's what he's upset about.
So he says, of course, Tim acknowledged him because Tim. Wow.
Yikes.
Come on, Devin.
That's hurtful.
What are you so mad about? You got a big dick.
I think everybody beat me at the hard to kill scorecard, though. I mean,
Wait, was there a scorecard?
Yeah, I forgot to fill it out too. I think it was just Mike and Devin, I think.
Well,
5 of us in the podcast couldn't be bothered to fill one out.
Well, Devin, maybe you get to make the picks next week.
Oh, so Tim is still here.
One of these days, I will fill out a
Shane McMahon.
scorecard.
Tim's still-
Maybe.
Okay. Well, let's.
I'd like to. Where can I find that scorecard?
I'm sitting right next to you.
What?
I'm not going to say it again.
What?
Don't worry about it. It's a non-issue.
It's a non-issue, right? I can't.
It's a
I'm not
non-issue.
going to beat a horse.
Why not?
Because
LEEB Sports.
Let's do this though.
Since John Moxley and Cesaro, way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These 5 guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. Come Thursday brings to you the wrestler on the week.
All right, we are looking at week number 40. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the first year of our
attracting cat people.
Cat.
We had Thunder Kitty a while ago, and today we have Miguel Cat.
Oh yeah, I
Hello,
don't.
Miguel
I
Cat.
got no clue, man. I have.
Good morning.
But
Good morning, Miguel Cat.
We're just getting all the cat, which is fine. We love cat folks.
We're friends with all.
We love pussycats.
All cat folks. All. No, now you got intern Mark.
What's new, pussycat?
Whoa. I heard you can make a pussycat purr with the stroke of your hand, Smokey.
Wow. They're throwing stuff on the ice in this game here. There's a hockey game going on over here.
That's not good for the Flyers.
It's not. No.
That tie lasted minute and a half?
Just about.
And it's gone.
There it went.
Oh. So, Smokey, have you ever had cat scratch fever?
One of Tubby Jesus.
Teletubbies? Teletubbies.
No, Tubby Tubbies.
My goodness, Devin.
Devin bringing that big D.
Devin,
energy.
we'll get you, buddy.
Man.
Relax, my guy. We'll
Devin's upset.
The Teletubbies, not the Tubby Tubbies.
He wrote the Tubby Tubby.
The Tubby Tubbies. There's Miguel Cat.
Oh, that is Luna Kitty.
Oh my God!
Changing their name on us.
Luna Kitty.
Are you serious?
In my head.
Absolutely
There's
does.
up there and everything.
Does anybody want to start us off for Wrestler of the Week? Do we want to give it to the cash-in?
I think I'm going to make Luna Kitty a Wrestler of the Week.
No, Mark, it's too late. The picks are already in,
It's
man.
Thursday, Mark. You'd have to use this.
Well, that would have to be for next week. Yeah. you could
Well,
do it.
I'm sorry. I was busy filling out my scorecard for Hard to Kill. Wait, that's this weekend, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's this weekend.
Mark, that show happened on Friday, and I'm still willing to bet you wouldn't get 50 points.
I don't know about that. I would too get 50 points, Smokey. I would too. I'm telling you.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
The Jordan Grace match, did she win or lose?
She lost. She slipped off that X thing she was crawling across. I wouldn't miss that for all the tea in China.
Yeah, she did. She did. She crashed pretty hard.
Okay.
China.
Save us, Big Mike.
All right, I'll cash it in. With my third place pick, I have the interim. For some reason, we're having interim champions, Sammy Guevara. Second, I have the main event from Hard to Kill, the women's champion who also got announced for the Royal Rumble, one Mickie James. And first, I have the new Raw Tag Team Champions of Otis and Chad, Reddy, Willing, and Gable, the Alpha Academy.
Jason, this is Mike. He's from the Take 3 Wrestling Podcast, and he got to cash in his money in the bank, so he's joining us this week. And there's a floating hand, something else.
He's trying to learn how to deal cards right now, so he's a little disposed.
That's tough. You know what? I remember learning how to play Go Fish.
One can't be the only thing that pays me well.
Anybody want to go next?
Yeah, I think mine were pretty similar there to
Go ahead, Smokey.
Mike. I have Mickie James for the same reasons. She is going to pack up her retained Impact Championship, throw that shit right in a garbage bag, come over to the WWE, and she's going to wrestle in that Battle Royal match that the WWE has.
Ridiculous.
So she's 3, so that was a good match. It was a Texas death match, Jim.
Texas
death match.
Texas forever.
In Texas?
I don't fucking think so.
They're the worst kind of death matches.
It was that Hard to Kill. That's all I know. Johnny Knoxville makes the list because why not? He got the best of Sami Zayn, and he has now entered in the Royal Rumble match, much like Mickie James.
That's correct.
He may come in a trash bag himself.
He might.
Who knows? Johnny Knoxville. I don't know. And I'm just dumb enough that I still really enjoy all that jackass stuff. And I can't wait to watch the movie. I'm very excited about it. I don't think he's going to do great in the Royal Rumble, but it'll be fun. And then number 1, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, the new tag team champions over there on Raw.
Anybody want to go? Mark, you want to go next?
I can, and I have a question. Did Smokey say he came in a trash bag?
Yes, he did. No, I did not come.
I don't even know which one to hit anymore.
If you're not spreading your butt cheeks, I don't want to look.
I never even said that.
I'd have to be on my
Yes,
hands.
you did. Yes, you did.
When would I have ever said that? Didn't even sound like me.
It definitely sounds like you.
And you suck the little thing out.
Yeah, that's how you eat an olive, you freaking pervert.
No, it's not. It's not how you eat an olive.
no.
Nobody eats olives like
right
that.
out.
First off, you eat black olives, not green olives.
Nobody eats black olives.
Definitely better than green olives. And you eat them on a piece anyway.
He came into me. What was that one from? I forget. Is that for me from dreaming? And somebody came into me while came to me in a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it
Poor
was.
Smokey.
Big,
He
it's
didn't
enormous.
clean
Clean
up.
up aisle Ryan. Mark, you said you wanted to go now.
Yeah, I can go number 3 here with.
I see if you can remember.
Number.
I feel like you should make a dummy picks for him one week and put it up, and he would be like, "Did I pick that?" And then he would be like, "Yeah, I did pick Brandy Rhodes."
So, Mark, if you can get your number 3, I'll put the rest of yours up on the screen.
Okay, I'm a little surprised at this number 3. I didn't think I'd ever choose this person, but I went with Gumdrops. Is that her name from Raw?
Yes.
Because she defeated
that is number 3.
Bianca Belair in
Spice Drops.
Gumdrops. She beat Liv Tyler, Steven
Liv
Tyler's
Tyler.
daughter Liv Tyler from
Aerosmith.
Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she was really good in those Aerosmith videos with Alicia Silverstone back in the 90s. But anyway, her.
Mark, what is it? Crying? Are you a crying guy or a crazy guy?
Her. You know what? I'm probably more. That's got to be crazy.
Okay.
Because when she fell off that overpass, and then she was hanging her by the rope and she flipped him off. Come on
now.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. So, Mark, you want to try again? Gumdrop?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't I put Gumdrop on there? I thought Dewdrops. I thought I put Dewdrops. I seriously thought I put Dewdrops on there. So
Putting
it
an
really
S at the
wasn't.
end of her name makes it so much worse. Dewdrops.
Dewdrop.
Oh yeah,
It
that's
really
so
does.
much worse.
So much worse.
That is awful.
There's a lot of well,
Oh boy.
so it was Mickie James. I was trying to remember. I thought maybe I picked 4 because I thought I had Dewdrops on there. So I had Mickie
No, we
James.
do,
'cause
we
she's-
do a top 3 here, Mark. We're in week 40. I feel like you should know that.
Oh, that's. See, I was confused with the 4 and the week 40.
That happens.
So we got Mickie James. She wrestled over in the WWE as Mickie James, and she's over in Impact, and she's the champion over there.
Mm-hmm.
She's a knockout, Mickie James.
That's what they call him.
And then we have Sammy Guerrero.
Holy shit, he just
who's the
finished his
intern.
number 3? It's been like 10 minutes.
Now,
That's about
now
right.
Matt's upset.
What are you new here?
He thought it was Spice Drop there for.
He spent 5 minutes saying that it was
gumdrops.
Gumdrops.
Gumdrops. I seriously thought I had gumdrops on there. So I
Unbelievable.
have Sammy Guerrero, the intern TNA champion.
You're an intern.
So Sammy Guerrero.
Who would win, Sammy Guerrero or intern Mark?
At what?
I'd probably
Finishing this promo.
I'd probably take him.
Guerrero.
Yeah.
I'd take him out. When I
Now,
put
is
him in the
that-
Hottensteiner
is he Eddie's-
recliner and I
Eddie's
lean
nephew?
back,
Jesus Christ.
that's Eddie's nephew. Yes.
Will you stop?
When I hear the snap, crackle, and pop of Sammy Guerrero, then maybe I'll finally let go. Maybe.
What are you talking about?
I was talking about the snap, crackle, and pop dude of Sammy's back when I locked
Our
in that
show goes 3
Hottensteiner
hours.
recliner.
Is this a Rice Krispies promo? I'm so confused.
You gotta add that milk.
I'm gonna drink a big glass of milk.
Hey, did you guys, speaking of milk, did you ever see a Rock eat a cookie?
Mute him.
Have we ever saw The Rock eat a cookie?
Yeah, because Zoe on Sesame Street the other week thought Rock was eating.
talked about this already. Mark, come on.
Okay, so number 1, I have
I'm curious to how he's going to do.
Tucker and Otis.
Yes.
They
Well,
came and beat
heavy
the
machinery.
RKO.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's a shame that Otis and Tucker never won any championships. It's a doggone shame, but we'll take it with Gable and Otis.
Who the hell's Tucker?
Oh, Tucky.
Ducky.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is he released?
Yeah, he
Oh,
gone.
was he released?
Yeah, he gone.
Okay.
Right, he gone?
He
Yeah.
long gone.
It's hard to
He
keep track
gone.
of these things.
I mean, I assumed he was released, unfortunately, but they had a Hell in a Cell or an elimination
Machinery.
chamber, I think.
Elimination?
Eliminations. They were being
Is that,
eliminated.
is that what they're going to call it in Saudi Arabia? Elimination chamber?
The assimilation chamber.
Elimination.
They're gonna call it the Crown Princess. Never mind.
I saw a great,
Oh.
I saw a great tweet. Somebody, because they said that was the rumors they're gonna have elimination chamber in the Saudi show, and I saw somebody quote retweet go, "I'm pretty sure they already do."
Yeah.
Yikes!
How awful. They don't fool
Devin's
around over
happy
there.
we're back together in Studio L.
You know what, Devin? I'm glad
Aw,
you're
hi,
happy.
Devin.
Oh, that's rude.
Wow.
Mark's not that old.
Don't be rude, Devin.
I mean, he's kind of old, but he's he's not that old.
Don't be rude.
Don't be rude.
Good God, Matt, do you want to?
Yeah,
I
sure.
thought Matt
Absolutely.
already
Are you awake?
I
Are you
thought I
rested?
already went as well. I thought that this was last
Then
week.
we're on
Oh,
week
I
41 now, Matt.
I
This is
definitely
week
forgot
41.
Oh, did you really?
Matt, do you remember yours? Because if not,
I do.
I forgot
Yeah.
to update them because I'm an
Yep,
idiot.
we'll stick with that one. No, number 3, I had
I'm an
Sammy
idiot.
Guevara for the interim title that he is now holding. Number 2 was Mickie James for winning her match at the TNA Impact GFW, whatever they're calling themselves, pay-per-view, and for finally busting open that door. And number 1, I have Tasha Steelz for her win at Hard to Kill in the first ever Knockouts Ultimate X match. A lot of competition in that. A lot of former guests of the show and the apple of intern Mark's eye as well. So
Where did that apple fall from the tree, though?
I'll make it wet bottom too. Make it like that.
Shout
I
out
would.
to Tasha, also former guest of the show.
She's a
her
sweetheart.
All right, mine. I have number 3, the interim TNT champion for his what will likely be a 2-week title reign because Cody comes back next week. But heck, you got a title. Number 2, I got the Alpha Academy for their win of the Raw Tag Team titles.
Oh, tequila. That makes a person more happier and a whole lot of meat inside of them.
And number 1, I got Mickie James for not only the win at the pay-per-view, but also, of course, for the entry into the Royal Rumble, which we'll talk about a little bit more coming up in a couple of minutes here on the show. For the week, we have Tasha Steelz at number 4 with 5 points. Sammy Guevara at 6 points is number 3. Mickie James, number 2 at 13 points. And the Alpha Academy at 18 points for the week. For the year, I don't think anything has changed about this top 10. So
Karrion Kross still there.
Karrion Kross still clinging to number 9.
We really need to do something about that.
Well, I
Let's
mean,
get him out
CM
of
Punk
there.
did have a great roll-up win last night. I thought maybe somebody was going to throw him.
Well, but Punk didn't have the greatest take maybe on social media, which maybe bumped him back, Jim.
Really? You didn't think that was a good take?
I don't mind the take. I think we talked about it. Blaming the pandemic, I think, is what we all had an issue.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I agree.
I mean, we weren't as hard.
I mean, he's had that take for years before the pandemic. So to turn it and say, hey, there's a pandemic, we should not be greeting people at the airports when you've been saying that for a decade. It's not about the pandemic, Punk. Just say, hey, asshole, leave me alone at the airport. Like that's all you really have to say.
Of course you are,
because
EJ. You steal everything from me. You didn't even give me credit for taking 2 of my 3 for your top 3 last week.
He's the worst.
What? Like, so
certified worst.
EJ does the top 3 now too.
Yeah, they do. They do a wrestler of the week, but
Okay.
Mike,
we've also stolen from them, right? Like we
take topics
Okay.
from them all the time.
Taking topics is one thing. Ernest has literally taken half of his soundboard from clips from this show.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He's got that one on there. He's got plenty. He's got tons.
No. Does intern Mark appear on that show? Because that's the only reason we would have that particular Bobby soundtrack.
Yeah, no,
Mark,
he stole that one and just went for that one.
That is heartbreaking, Mike. And this was the Christian guy's decision?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Worst in the world.
It's absolutely absurd.
But I will say that we did steal your guys' wrestler of the week format at the beginning, but we reset ours at the beginning of the year, and we've now gone to more of a power ranking, where we take all the nominees for the month of January, which we're going to end up having 36, and then we're going to put them in a top 25. And the people that don't make the top 25 just fall to the wayside, and they get points based off of their top 25 for the entire month. So we kind of changed our format a little bit because of me and Ernest is doing our power rankings on his football is awesome that Jim makes fun of every Tuesday on his show.
I was going to say now the only
going
question.
to say if there's one thing EJ knows, it's power rankings.
I'll say, is he going to get those as wrong as he does?
Yes.
With the football ones. All right, so let's put a capper here on the wrestler of the week.
We're gonna
Cesaro, way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These 5 guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. 3 Count Thursday brings to you the wrestler on the week.
The 3 count question of the week.
The 3 count question of the week.
You can isolate Mark's voice now if you want to.
Why the hell would I do that?
No, we can't do that.
Heck no, I don't want to take that from you, Smokey.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
your
yours.
thing. That's your thing. And apparently now it's also Mark's thing.
It's fine.
It'll be EJ's thing next week.
But
100%.
Look, EJ can't even spell. That's cute.
Corey.
Of Corey. Greatest power rankings ever after
Ernest.
ones.
Ernest, put it down, man. Stop typing. You're making us look worse. I thought it was bad. You're making us look worse.
Man, that's
no. He said something about the Chiefs. Did you jump on the bandwagon recently, or Or when did you jump on that bandwagon, Mr. Chris?
EJ, he was on the Chiefs bandwagon like week 6.
I mean, yeah, he hopped on it. He hopped on it low. You know, he
Ernest
jumped
is one
on.
of the 97 fans. It's like his 97th favorite team in a 30-team league.
Got it. That checks out.
It's definitely mad.
So of his top, what does he do? A top 12?
We do a top 10 and then we do a bottom
top
5.
10. Okay. Of the top 10, he is a fan of, you would say, 7?
At least,
yeah.
Yeah. Strong over.
That's malarkey.
Like, what's the point, right? If you just you root for everybody.
He somehow put the 49ers at like number 7 going into wild card weekend. I was like, buddy, like Garoppolo's got no thumb.
That's tough.
I mean,
I lost his thumb in that fire.
He did in the Great Fire,
San Francisco.
It's not even that he put them there. It's that they weren't even in his top 10 a week ago. They get one win, and he just like catapults it. None of it makes sense.
Got run over by a trolley car.
That's what happened.
He heard that Bob Saget passed away, and he fell to his knees, and getting up, the trolley ran his thumb over.
Oh,
wow! Poor Garoppolo.
Poor Bob Saget.
Poor Bob Saget.
Poor Garoppolo. He'll be fine.
I did watch Dirty Work the other night in honor of Bob Saget.
Now, did your wife like the movie?
No.
It's a dumb movie. It's not a bad movie. It's dumb.
I was in tears watching the film.
Okay, you're acting like another teen movie. Come on, man.
Lauren was unimpressed.
Way out of line. Way out of line.
I think I have to break that one out. We went on and watched the Bob Saget roast.
Okay.
There's a lot of good in the Bob Saget.
Mm-hmm.
Norm roasting Bob Saget was probably the
Oh my
funniest thing of
God.
the show.
It is so good. Like
And nobody reacted. Like, it did not go over well live.
I think
they didn't really. I don't think they got it. I read later that he refused to like do an actual roast just because Bob was such a good friend of his that he didn't want to actually say bad things about him. So he
okay. I thought
he just looked at a joke book for like retirement parties and just wrote down the worst of the jokes that he read in that book. And
I feel like maybe Gilbert Gottfried and like Jeff Ross kind of got what he was doing because they were dying. Everybody else is like, what is happening right now? But if you haven't, at the very least, check out Norm Macdonald's set from the Bob Saget roast. But yesterday,
real quick before we go into this, let's have everybody share this. Bring in your friends. This is the part where we like to interact with people. We put it out on our site, so share it. Let's take a moment. Share. Share, bring some friends in. Let's have some discussion about the question du jour.
The 3 count question of the week.
That one.
That's the one.
That's the one. Share, like, repeat.
Oh, is Tim here?
Tim's in the comments.
Oh,
yeah.
Shane McMahon.
The best in the world.
This is what I did earlier, and you didn't hit it.
Yeah, you no-sold it earlier.
I didn't even hear you say it.
You hooked me real hard.
Like, I threw money in your G string because that's what Hook did this week.
Oh, that's not what happened at all.
Okay.
You're not wearing a G string tonight.
Jacked money from it.
Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I 100% didn't even hear you say it, so I apologize.
I'm not upset
for that. He said we're on mute.
That's a lie.
So before we get there, since we're talking about clips,
do it again.
Yes.
Since William Regal is going potentially to Impact, are we gonna have a new soundbite of him not saying War Games or
War Games? War Games! War Games! War Games!
Just asking for a friend.
I mean, they could probably get away with calling it. I mean, they can't call it Blood and Guts, but they could probably call it Game Wars.
Games! War Games! War Games! War
David, he won't have Beth Phoenix. So yesterday was the 30th anniversary of
her off commentary is a plus. I did not enjoy her commentary.
I was not a big fan of Beth Phoenix on commentary.
So I am totally fine with her not talking right now into a microphone.
I miss Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah, Nigel's good.
Yeah,
I also
that's
haven't
fine.
really watched NXT 2.0 in a while because I'm usually doing the sports podcast, and I just never get around to it.
That's a good reason.
Yeah. I don't know what my excuse is going to be when football season's over, but I'm sure I'll find one.
We can make something up.
We can
pretty
be
easily.
You're an avid NASCAR fan. You can start talking
Sure.
NASCAR and
sure.
Now's the time, Jim, to get into the NBA and soccer if you really want the excuse to not watch NXT 2.0.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I mean, when does the hockey podcast drop? That's going to be your new Tuesday night.
That's a
Tuesday
good
night,
point.
Tuesday night ice.
There we go. I like that. But yesterday's 30th anniversary of the barbershop window incident with the Rockers, Shawn Michaels, or actually I should say Marty Jannetty leaping through the window to try to get away from the Heartbreak Kid.
I knew he was going to do that. I knew it. You see,
Like the commentary on that was just fantastic. Like, I mean, fucking Bobby Heenan is so goddamn good. But
yeah,
I'm
so
like,
good.
that to me is one of the like best executed heel turns. It was probably the first heel turn like I can really remember as a kid. So it's like, why not discuss the greatest heel turn of all time? Does anybody want to lead off the discussion?
No.
Can we talk about how every time that there was some kind of heel turn, it had to happen on a show? Andre turning on Hogan at the Jake's Cave thing, barbershop window. Piper's Pit. You know, we had didn't we have like another? Oh no, that's not really a breakup, but Undertaker putting Ultimate Warrior in a casket. Yeah, same thing to me. It's a turn. But everything happens on those shows. It wasn't like in ring, like, hey, I can't believe my tag partner just lost. Let me super kick him in the face. I was gonna throw him through something.
Yeah, I guess that
perfectly good window.
right. Yeah, I guess that didn't really start until kind of more later into the 90s, like when you got away from the
Brett
talk
Owen. It's like Rumble when Owen turned was like the real one. That the first one that I remember was like in ring. Everything else was just like, hey, so we're gonna go on this talk show. We're gonna try to Dr. Phil this, and it's not gonna work.
I feel like you're describing the Bruce Pritchard effect.
That's a good point.
Like I really think that has the feeling and scent of Bruce Pritchard all over it.
I don't disagree with that at all.
Pritchard stank.
It stinks. I'm just waiting until we start getting those talk shows in NXT now, because isn't like Pritchard in charge down there.
I've read that.
That was one of the big rumors this week.
Grayson Waller's quarterback room or whatever, where he's coming out in his shoulder pads and whatever. He's going to talk about how on an iPad where it's like, this is why we didn't win.
Waller hollers. So yeah, best heel turns. Anybody want to?
Again,
no. I'll say it first that this one as a kid was the one that was like, oh man, one of my favorite tag teams just broke. Who am I going to root for? Obviously, the guy who just had his head thrown through the glass, but come to find out, he was the psychopath out of the tag team.
Right, turns out he was the heel after all. Yeah, this one, like what it like I said, very vivid because it was like the first one that I really can remember as like this, because the Rockers. I mean, they were like the perfect babyface tag team, bright colors, you know, running down. The music was great, and then why would Shawn Michaels kick his partner in the face and throw him through a window? Like it didn't,
because Ricky Morton didn't have the heart to do it to Robert Gibson.
That's what it was.
You know, that may be one of the more accurate things I've heard in a long time.
Maybe Sean was sick of hearing like, "Hey, bud, do you want to party with Marty tonight?" And like, how many times do I have to say no? I don't want to do cocaine with you tonight, Marty.
I mean, let's be honest. At that time, Shawn Michaels probably was partying with Marty.
That's a fair point.
At that point in his life. You know, for me, I mean, the next obvious answer really is Hogan at Bash at the Beach.
Absolutely.
Like that's probably the number one answer, like the best answer, whatever. Like that one, like that was number one on the board. Like it. I don't think.
Oh no, I was checking if we had the board.
We don't have that board.
I thought we upgraded again. I didn't know.
We don't. We do have a marquee board, but we don't have the Family Feud board.
Show me Steve Harvey.
Like Hogan becoming a bad guy, I feel like it is something that none of us ever expected. So like when he was the third man, it was just it was insane. It was insane. Any other ones that stick out to you?
Stone Cold at 17.
Yes.
Oh, that was awful.
Yeah, that
we owed it to him though. They owed it to him to turn him heel.
They did. They 100% did. One of my favorites, and it's not even close to being one of the best, was the Stephanie McMahon turn on the family after the wedding, and then the match with Triple H and Vince, and Stephanie had the laughing scene, and that broke into a whole story then with Triple H and Stephanie versus the corporation. I enjoyed that, but certainly not one of
not one of the best.
the
But
best.
it is definitely definitely a good one. Tim has a great one. The
No,
double
he has
turn.
an okay one. He has an okay one. Let's calm down.
I agree.
For fuck's sake, I'll deal with you on take 3, Mike.
Oh, you're coming into my dojo for that one.
Not good.
Hashtag
nobody be there to
fuck
back
Bret
you up.
Hart.
And like anybody on this show is backing me up about Bret Hart.
Shut
up. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where I am. I'm flying solo on that one, and that's fine. But yeah, the double turn 13.
Underrated heel turn. Goldberg turning heel after punching Bret Hart's face off at Starrcade 90 in 2009.
Will you stop?
That was a face turn to many.
Myself included.
Jeez. Devin had a good one on the Facebook comments. Rollins turning on Ambrose and Reigns.
That was
Can I?
Oh shit!
Bret Hart looks like the cousin you experimented with when you were 12. Okay, continue.
Oh,
That actually checks out. That's it, checks out.
Right.
he ain't lying.
He just comes in like Hillary Swank. I'm a girl, you know.
Wow.
The Rock at Survivor Series was a good one.
Yes.
Going to the corporation.
Yes. That was a shame.
I saw a few people had mentioned that one.
Yeah, I did like Devin's. The breakup of the Shield, I think, was one that, because a lot of people were just assuming it was going to be Ambrose the whole time, so it was a surprising one to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. The Big Show. Somebody
which one?
I love the spirit of that.
We weren't talking about the volume of heel turns.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't great. I mean, yeah, greatest in terms of numbers heel turn of all time. That's for sure. Yeah, definitely some other answers here.
Not one of the best, but one of the funnest was Chris Jericho turning on Kevin Owens turning on Chris Jericho with the list.
Yeah, that was
an entertaining.
That was fantastic.
Like why's my name on here? Yeah, that one was awesome.
I think the roughest one on the Facebook was somebody just put a they just put a GIF of Chris Benoit.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's dark. I mean, I laughed, but it was dark.
I think we all laughed.
I mean, I have a brand I have to maintain.
That's true.
What was my burner account that I put that on? I mean, what was the
here's one. That time Virgil started bothering everyone at the ball to pay for his autograph.
Meat sauce
Where's Virgil?
Let's see. Yeah, Mark.
I was gonna say Eric Bischoff joining the NWO. That was I didn't see that coming. When he joined the NWO, when he had Piper in the ring, and Piper exposed him. You guys weren't watching WCW.
There's a few of those like NWO. As the NWO kind of lost credibility and all of that, like it just it you didn't necessarily expect it, but it just kind of came a point where it was like, okay, how many times can we do this and still be okay with it?
I have one that I like to discuss. I don't know. Again, it's on the greatest, but the Mark Henry retirement speech, where he was like,
that was
kind
good.
of a heel, but then turned face, and then it was just like, "Psych, gotcha." The salmon jacket.
He's
for
wearing
Hall of
that
Fame.
Salmon jacket.
And in the same time,
pink jacket.
I mean, dude, like that's it. That is a great one. But like the funniest thing about that one is like for so many people that were just kind of like tired of like the super Cena shtick, like that was borderline face turn when he
so entertaining.
Like so it was a heel turn, but it was a face turn to some anyway. Yeah, that's a
I'm
solid
trying to think
one.
of some more recent ones. Or
Can
even
we talk about Undertaker turning heel on Jim Ross when he was Big Evil?
Oh
and
yeah,
going like
that was sad.
going like full heel because like he's out here to help me screw over Vince McMahon, and he's like, why would I screw him over? He's giving me everything I fucking wanted.
That's a good point. I forgot about that one.
That was sad. Poor JR.
Poor JR never saw it coming.
He was looking out of the wrong eye.
Wait, are we talking about Shawn Michaels or are we talking about Jim Ross?
Both.
I mean, I think the Owen turning on Brett at the Rumble in '94 was a great one because like they teased it at the Survivor Series, and then that was the big thing. Owen's trying to get the match, and like, well, no, let's go for the tag titles, and then Brett had the leg injury and then Owen kicked his leg out of his leg and went on to beat him at WrestleMania that year.
Kicked the leg out of his leg.
Kicked the leg out of his leg.
The mouth he always gets this man.
But like that one launched Owen Hart into the into a singles career that eventually led to King of the Ring.
Death.
Well,
you said it before I could. That's all.
Oh, Mark, you were not going to come in that hot.
Well, I was thinking about it.
How about
the heights?
Heel turn. How about Ryback and Twitter?
Yeah.
Feed me s'mores.
I'm trying to think of maybe a lady turn, a female turn, and there's nothing I can think of.
There's got to be.
There has to be. I mean, Bailey.
Yeah,
when she left like the huggy gimmick.
Yeah.
What, you mean the almost superhero that's going to become like the retro Darkwing Duck character with her new
I just
costume?
hate everything about that. That is the worst gimmick, man. Nikki, almost a superstar ASS. Like, it's just not good.
That's true.
So
Trish and Jericho at WrestleMania 20. That's a good one. That's a good one.
What about
AJ Lee
Lita
turned on
Matt Hardy?
Daniel Bryan, right?
Yeah, she did.
She did.
We already she turned on me.
Which one did you say, Mark?
I think about
He
AJ
said
Lee
Lita
now.
on Matt Hardy.
Yeah, Lita and Matt Hardy. That was real life. Whew.
That was real.
Devin was there for that celebration with Edge. Then
That
later
was at
on,
Hershey.
that was at Hershey. Devin was there, and he learned all about the birds and the bees that night.
Yep. He poked the young man a few rows in front of him. He poked his eye out.
From that moment is where they came up with the No Way Jose because they thought it was a limbo stick. Somebody was that's how No Way Jose came
And some of the
about.
other kids started limbo. How low can you go? Can you go down low?
Just about as low as this segment.
We're now talking
Scared
about. Nope, not even gonna say
a few women that were scared.
I mean, come to think of it, they haven't hosted a Raw since.
No
Nope.
SmackDown's coming up.
Thanks, Devin.
Yeah, way to go.
Way to go,
Thanks,
Devin.
Thanks.
All your
They're calling
fault.
that the incident.
Really, really great.
I guess you could say he's been
One
blackballed.
guy said Road Warriors turning on Dusty.
So sad.
Horseman turning on Sting. He listed 100 of them.
I mean, Horseman on Sting was
turn.
a fun one because it's like
Yeah.
they were like, oh hey,
Flair-
come join us. Now we're gonna kick your ass.
Flair tried to save him.
Sergeant Slaughter turning on America and around WrestleMania 7 time.
Yeah, that was really well done. That was good. That was really good.
Savage heel turn on Hogan Saturday night's main event.
Did Ernest nominate that one for the record?
No, he actually didn't. I'm surprised. He was
surprised he
too
doesn't come in here and
watching
just
Royal
nominate-
Rumble 2020.
I'm surprised he doesn't come in and nominate everything Macho Man.
Or Paul Orndorff, right?
The Hulk Hogan Paul Orndorff Food of the Year award.
Triple H turning on Shawn Michaels. I mean, which time? There was like multiple of those, right?
It has to be the one where DX like finally reunited and like they were doing
And
the
then he
dance and he
pedigreed
just drops him on his face.
Yeah, that's the one that makes the most sense.
A recent one that I like because what it led to was the Johnny Gargano Tommaso Ciampa in NXT.
DIY.
Where that the implosion led to the great series of matches that those two guys had at takeovers.
Really
That checks out. I mean, I think the right answer, if we had to say the right answer, it has to be Hogan, correct?
Yeah,
Hogan
that's-
NWO. Like that is the right answer.
That's the
Oh,
right
without
answer.
question.
Yeah.
Without question. Like that is easly number one.
Would if it has been a big of heel turn if Sting was the third member? Because Sting was always the blonde crew cut, the haircut with the bright colored face paint. For him to go to straight black and white off rip. I'm not saying as big as Hogan. It would have been
big, but
salvageable for the angle if Hogan wasn't actually the third man. Because he was always a face in WCW. So for him to finally be like, I've reached my breaking point and go straight to black and white and dye his hair black and not have the blonde.
Yeah, I think it could have been salvageable for the moment, but I don't
Long term, no. Long term,
I don't think the NWO is what it became if it wasn't for Hogan. Like Hogan,
I agree with that. I was saying from the standpoint of Hogan.
I mean, that night, I think the crowd would pop, but you're not going to get the WWF folks coming over to watch that because they didn't watch Sting. So that doesn't hold the impact.
No, it would have been shocking to the WCW fans, but not the wrestling world.
Right.
It says it wasn't wrong. He said it was awkward as hell to sit next to his parents.
Yeah, no, that's how you were made, Devin. That's how you were brought into this world. The stork didn't bring
right in the middle of a wrestling ring.
Right in the middle.
Ric Flair's the father.
Just here to count the three, he said.
Jesus. Any others before we continue on here?
Let's get out of here.
I think we're not even gonna do a break. We're just gonna
Taz's heel turn in ECW.
Oh, okay.
ECW did do heel turns.
They did. Paul Heyman, one could argue, had one of the best in ECW when he just stopped paying people. But
versus the Bowflex.
Let's look at this. There's a couple of like Royal Rumble related stories, and Mike, I know you guys. I don't know how long you're going to stick around with us.
We'll stick around for a bit.
Hang around as long as you want to. I know you got to get ready to get schooled about Bret Hart in a little bit, but
see. The thing is, all I have to do is turn my TV on and fast forward to the '92 Rumble because it's cakewalk when it comes to the hashtag Fuck Bret Hart. So literally, I'll be fine. All I have to do is turn my TV on. So I'm gonna hang out for a bit. Joe kind of went somewhere. He might be taking a nap. I don't know. He's weird.
Naps are important. But Royal Rumble, they announced during Friday Night SmackDown the following competitors for the men and women's Rumble match: Johnny Knoxville, Sheamus, Rhea Ripley, Nikki. What did you call her? Almost
a superstar.
Okay. Dana Brooke, Carmella, Queen.
That's the 24/7 champion, Dana Brooke.
Sorry,
Jim.
24/7 champion, Dana Brooke. See, this is why
Some
you're
respect.
Carmella, Queen, Zelina, Tamina, Shotzi, Natalia.
Thank you.
Aaliyah, Naomi, Shayna Baszler, Charlotte Flair, and then some surprising entrants: Nikki and Brie Bella, Lita, Michelle McCool, Kelly, Summer Rae, and of course Impact Knockouts champion Mickie James.
I am excited that that Tim will once again be able to break out his Michelle McCool shirt and wear that for the Royal Rumble. I thought I was just 2 years too late.
Nope,
but
you
God
were
darn, I was
actually
right
ahead
on
of the
time.
game for 2022.
Hot.
What's
darn.
old is new again when it comes to WWE.
The Bellas, how exciting is that? They're Hall of Famers.
Hall of Famers. Lita's a Hall of Famer as well, right?
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Correct.
Did Michelle McCool? Michelle McCool got put into the Hall of Fame too, I think.
No, not yet. I think she will probably.
Oh, she did not? I thought she was.
I don't think she is, and I don't think she should be.
Man,
She might be.
See, Tim's already. He's probably wearing it already.
He sleeps in it every night.
I think Michelle McCool might get in.
I mean, I don't think she deserves it.
I mean, she'll get in as kind of a. You're getting in because of who you are.
Because she married the Undertaker.
Espoused to.
That's awesome.
that would have been the perfect time for the Kobe.
It would have been, but I thought that's awesome worked as well. So
she's a two-time Divas champion and a two-time Women's champion. So she had 4 title reigns. Michelle
and one
McCool.
of those was Laycool, right?
No, I don't think Laycool. I think Laycool was a tag team.
I think they were co-champions.
No, they split the
I see.
title.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
split the title.
They were all but they were also a tag team.
I got and a two-time Slammy winner, Jim.
Who hasn't won?
They were setting
Diva
the
of
bar
the year,
really
and
low.
the Knucklehead moment of the year when she lost to Mae Young.
Nope.
Yeah,
I'm changing my vote. She's in. Put
She
her
was
in
the 2010
this year.
PWI Woman of the Year.
Right meow.
2010.
The 2010 PWI Woman of the Year.
I didn't know PWI was a thing in 20.
She was ranked number 1 of the top 50 wrestlers in the PWI 50 in 2010. She was the number 1 ranked wrestler in 2010.
That just shows you the state of women's wrestling in 2010.
Holy hell!
I think the intern got it.
Yikes! Yeah,
So
like
bad.
Tim said, they were co-champs.
Okay, co-champs.
Co-champs.
So
co-champs.
Let's tie this in.
Co-champs.
Let's tie this into the comments from the Renee Young podcast, because obviously, they announced, I think you could kind of assume Lita's already been in Rumbles, Michelle McCool, Kelly's been back. I think she was a 24/7 champion.
She was the first female
Correct.
and the lightest champion.
That's correct.
To hold
So
the
the
gold.
Bella's returning, Summer Rae returning, and of course the Mickie James news. Not only the Mickie James news, but the acknowledgement of her being the Impact Knockouts champion. But on the Oral Sessions podcast, Renee Paquette, the former Renee Young, had Tom Hannafan, which is a fun name to say. Congratulations to him and his new gig with Impact Wrestling.
Fan.
He was on, and Renee said she is not a fan. She's not a Hannafan fan. Of
And it was just Renee Paquette.
Renee Paquette.
Renee Parkour.
Renee Paquette.
Chicken
Parkour.
croquettes are delicious,
I love
by the
chicken
way.
croquettes so much.
I
croquet is very different. I would not eat a croquet ball, but a chicken croquet.
You wouldn't eat,
don't know, man. You put it
you
in
need
a
a croquet
put it in
ball.
a crock pot,
Throw
for
some chicken
put some
gravy,
on there.
Base that thing for a few hours. Yeah,
You soften it up a bit. I might still eat
be
it.
all right.
Put gravy on anything, most anything. I'll probably eat it. But Renee said she's not a fan of the WWE announcing surprises. She said, "Stop announcing them. I genuinely hate that. I'm that Summer Rae's return was announced beforehand. Even Mickie James, that's a huge one. If she came out and her music hit, I would have been like, holy shit! But Summer's not been a part
bullshit
of any WWE. This is Renee. This isn't me. of any WWE event since she left. So to hear her music hit would have genuinely shocked me.
Now, of anybody sitting here, Matt, you would be what I would closely consider a Summer Rae fan out of any of us. Can you hum for me the opening bars of Summer Rae's entrance theme that you'd be like, holy shit, here's Summer Rae?
Absolutely not.
That's bullshit.
Absolutely not.
Right. I didn't even know she had music.
She could have came out to nothing.
I mean, if she came out to Fandango's music, then that gets a pop.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And if she like comes out dancing, that wouldn't be what would happen. But no, I do not know what Summer Rae's music is.
Should I look it up? Does she even have music?
Dude, I can't believe I
sure
don't
she
think that would be
does.
on YouTube.
I'm sure it's on
You
Every
would type in
WWE song's
YouTube,
on
and they would be like, what the hell is even that? That's exactly the sound you would get.
What the hell is even that?
There it is.
All right, let me. Summer Rae theme. Let's see what we got here. Rush of Power, it was called.
No freaking way. I don't believe
it was
any
called
of this.
Rush of Power.
I mean, if I hear it, I might recognize it, but I wouldn't.
We got to get through this. It's a Verbo ad. Yeah, it's a Verbo ad.
Only because we're talking about it.
Oh God! It is
Oh God!
It is that awful song.
Yeah.
All right, so we hear it. We all go, "Oh, Summer Rae's in this. She's not going to win."
hey,
no one's saying, "Holy shit, it's Summer Rae." No
I've
offense to
said
Summer
it.
Rae,
I
gorgeous
started humming
lady.
it before, but it's still awful.
No, do you remember a couple years ago when we watched his Edge's return and
Tim was in tears.
Tim was in Matt,
like actual tears.
Matt hears that and he's probably
Matt will be on the ground.
Actually, we're like, oh fuck.
Jimmy Garoppolo heard Summer Rae theme and fell to the ground and got his hands run over by
Jimmy
cable cars.
Garoppolo.
You disrespectful, stupid idiot.
I don't know why Summer Rae was the example she used. And again, I am a
the
fan
Bella
of
Twins would be
Summer
a
Rae.
bigger.
Right. The Mickie James thing is the one she should have pointed to as this is stupid. Why did you ruin this surprising moment?
I mean, I think the Bella Twins are on that level too, especially with Brian going to.
Right, like that's getting a reaction.
That hits, yeah.
I could give Devin a run for the money when that hits. Say that right now.
A little smoky.
Here's the deal.
Wow,
that's about accurate, actually. I get the Mickie James things because that gets people talking, and then it shows that it's just shit. This is just trash.
No,
This one makes me sad to hear.
I was gonna say that sends me back to Half Mast.
If
you can look, but you can't
that's it right there.
You keep dreaming on the stars above.
That's it. That's the one.
Now, if
put the
Maria
turtle back in the
Kanellis
shell.
shows and it's Stone Cold singing her song, then we're
that
Now you're talking.
But yeah, bad example by Renee.
I think the Mickie James thing, like I said, you need to announce that shows WWE's willing to play ball, and this forbidden door bullshit talk you can now include WWE with.
Absolutely.
So that needs to be you surprise her. Everybody, it's a cool moment. Oh shit, Mickie James. I don't know if that registers so much as the door is now open. You needed to announce the Mickie James thing.
Absolutely.
right. But if you're pointing to one of those people as this was a wasted opportunity, that's probably the one that you point to more so than Summer Rae.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I think you could Lita. I think Lita holds a little more water than.
I don't know that Lita is necessarily as shocking though, because she's done this already, right?
I was just going to say she was in the first one,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the shocking. I don't know what shocking names are out there that would shock people.
AJ Lee.
AJ Lee is
AJ Lee would
about
be it.
the only one I would
You
think.
know, the Ghost of China would do it.
Mike.
China.
Beyond that, who else is saying holy shit?
Jazz.
I would love Jazz. I think Jazz is a great choice. I
Like,
don't think
are you shocked?
She like fully retired though, right?
Right. Like, I mean,
three times though.
Okay, I was
I
unaware.
feel like though Jazz is probably up there in terms of if we're saying who's the most shocking person they could have.
I mean,
No,
it's,
I
would
bet.
be shocked.
I mean, it's
if
going to be.
Sonny
I was gonna say, it's going to be a harder get
Yeah, I
at
was
this
gonna say
point,
Sonny.
especially when you have Nick
Sonny
Khan
would be-
controlling the books because you're going to have to bail her out.
Sonny would be the most.
It would
Damn
mainly be
terrorist.
like people that have like a poor relationship with WWE, like Gail
You
Kim
think
showing
Nick
up.
Khan would buy the Sonny package to get the picture in bed with her?
Yes.
I think that's
Yes.
something Nick Khan's opening the book for.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here's one because I don't think we've seen her in the WWE since she last left. Would be Sable. Would that that would be a surprising one?
No,
Not
that would be.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
that
it
would be a
good.
surprise.
Her music would pop people. I think everybody knows that.
Yeah.
I could sing you a bar of Sable's music.
It's the whippy
yeah,
sound.
it has the whip, right?
Like the
That is
cat
like-
meow and the whip.
Meow.
It's not a meow. Mine was close.
It actually was pretty close on that.
I mean, I also owned this CD,
Wow,
the WWF music.
Yeah.
Maybe Jim Johnson wasn't as good as we thought. No, I'm just kidding. That is a lie. That is a lie.
I think Tim's got a great answer.
Yes, if Stephanie's music hits, as a
Yeah.
Royal Rumble entrant,
Yes,
that will get a reaction.
The creator of women's wrestling.
I mean, absolutely. I'm surprised she hasn't won a Royal Rumble yet.
Hey, there's that guy. He woke up from his nap.
Could you imagine if she won the Royal Rumble? Charlie says, Matt, how many books
He's
have you
here
read
and he's
so
gone.
far this year?
2. I'm at 2 so far.
You're going for one a week, right?
Correct.
God bless.
Man, I haven't read 2 news articles this year.
I'm lucky if I read. No, I do read tweets. I won't lie about that.
Now I am Ryan. I will need your expertise this year because I am going to start looking into reading wrestling autobiographies or biographies.
All right, I have a bunch of them.
I mean, you've read the Bella's book. Right?
I have not.
I know you haven't read them, but I do.
We need to start doing that again, didn't we?
Of all of the books that I have owned, I've read one.
You read
I read the Pete Gas book
because he was on our show.
Yes,
and then
yeah.
you got sick. And
I wasn't even able to be on it, but I read Looking at the Lights, the Pete Gas experience, or whatever it's called.
That was one of the better interviews we had because he was so candid with everything. I don't think he held back.
Him and Dab Savage may have been the two
Dab
most
Savage
open
is-
people that we've ever had on this show.
It's crazy because Dab Savage was just he.
We say that name like people are like, "Oh shit, Dab Savage."
Yeah, everybody's like, "Who the fuck is that?" They're like, "What?
Who the hell is this?"
But eventually, once we get our podcast feed back up and running,
it's gonna happen.
Go check out that episode. So yeah, I should have brought this up at the start of the show. Podcast feed still down. Working on getting it transferred over to a new podcast host.
I'll be done.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I
a lot of heavy
I believe
lifting.
in myself. I don't necessarily believe in the site we're trying to transfer it
Oh,
to.
a 2-man advantage for the Flyers.
But we will get there.
Means the Bruins will score.
It is a
twice,
right?
But I kind of have mixed feelings about the WWE announcing because I get why they do it.
Sure.
Because the whole purpose of thing is to sell
Get
Peacock
eyes on the product.
subscriptions, sell network subscriptions, and sell tickets to the show. So I haven't even looked to see. I don't even know if that Wrestle Tickets Twitter account has even updated the latest on the Rumble. But you're trying to put as many butts in the seats, and they're in St. Louis, right, at the
Beautiful St.
old Rams
Louis.
Stadium.
The Lou.
So
beautiful
yeah,
time of year.
The home
you
of
announced
Nelly.
Mickie James going to be there. You announced the Bellas are going to be back. You announced Legends are back. But
you have to announce all of them though.
What's that?
Does that sell tickets? I feel like
Some, maybe.
we're wrestling fans. We would buy tickets because we want to go to the Rumble.
Right.
I
I don't think you should have to gimmick sell the Rumble.
I will say
Oh,
there's
Aaliyah's
one
gonna be
name.
there. I'm there.
If there's one name that they announce tomorrow that's in the Rumble, I will buy a ticket to St. Louis.
Bull Nakano?
Jushin Thunder Liger.
Okay.
Okay.
He probably won't be in the Women's Rumble, though.
Exactly. If they announced him in the Women's Rumble, I'm there.
I am there.
That's a good point.
I'm there.
I mean, he's full blown retired though, right?
Oh no, and it was actually a good match by Tyler Breeze.
It was a good match. Yeah,
Yeah.
really good match.
But yeah, because I think there's 13 or something competitors not announced.
I'll say this much: announcing them is better than announcing that we're going to have the entire NXT 2.0 women's roster as part of the Royal Rumble.
Yes,
because we only got like 12 women on the active roster, so we got to bring in people.
Well, I was
so
going to
it's
say,
like, do we just announce a couple of the legends that we're gonna have, rather than announcing that like Wendy Chu, the Napping Warrior, is going to be in there? Hardcore Parkour, Casey Cantanzero, and what's her face that we like to rave, Jim Tan Laundry.
Casey.
So I don't know that it's as harmful for the Women's Rumble, knowing that we are going to have to scrape the barrel to get enough to even have that match. Now, if they come out and start announcing that, like, hey, these male competitors are joining the Men's Royal Rumble when there's like 700 people on the roster that you can pick from, then it's like, oh man, well, there goes that surprise.
Yeah, and I mean, they always announce some entrance. I mean, that's something that's been done from the beginning. Like, hey, I'm entering the Rumble. So I kind of look at it from that aspect.
Who was the last great big surprise for the Rumble? Are we? Is it AJ
Edge. Styles?
Edge.
Well, Edge's return.
I feel
20.
like we thought that was going to happen.
Right,
Like that
Edge.
wasn't a huge surprise.
AJ,
right?
I think AJ is the last natural. Like, oh,
okay,
damn, okay, we didn't see that one coming.
I mean, I know we kind of speculated Christian, and that was last year. I don't know that anybody necessarily was like Christian's definitely returning at the Rumble.
I think Tim popped for that as well.
Tim absolutely popped for that one.
The 1 year that Diesel made a return.
Yeah.
Like everybody popped for that one. It was like, oh, we're gonna get a Diesel run. And then Kevin Nash somehow didn't tear his quad walking to the ring, but hurt himself slightly later in the night.
Yeah. Because I think there was like a year or two where he like came out as Kevin Nash in the Rumble, and then when he actually came out as Diesel, it was a fun surprise.
I mean, there was talk. I think Matt was really excited about a potential X-Pac.
Well, I think
so. Like, if that's like a surprise, then like don't spoil that surprise. Hit his music. Everybody knows the X-Pac music right off the get-go. And
so, does he come out to the X-Pac music, or does he come out to Degeneration X?
No, he comes out to the X-Pac music.
His X-Pac.
Does he come out to the X Factor song by Uncle Cracker?
Oh, what a jam!
Rey Mysterio was one. Was he the one that got booed? Was that the year that they wanted it to be Daniel Bryan in his return?
No, that wasn't like a surprise,
that wasn't that year, but Ray did get booed that year.
He came out 30, right?
Yeah.
Ray came out 30, and everybody was hoping it was something.
I don't know that I'm mad about the legends being announced as the entries, as I am Charlotte Flair, the champion of SmackDown, being announced as a person in the.
Like, are they just trying to do the Brock thing with that? I guess.
Xbox. Think you can tell us what to do?
Yeah, it's close enough to DX. Yeah, that's what he comes out to.
I don't know why I'm so excited for that.
Aren't you the one who brought it up the other day? You're like,
one of us had to be, sir. I guess it's you.
That's fine. I mean, he did sign the poster behind me, but that was kind of like oh shit, Xbox here. Sure, sign this picture that I brought for.
Are you missing
Shawn
anybody
Michaels
from the poster, or do you have everybody on the poster?
No, I still need to get Road Dogg, and I still need to get Triple H.
Okay.
Until he got fired, I would have thought Road Dogg would have been a fun one to have in the Rumble match this
Did
year.
his heart almost explode last year? I don't think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I don't think. Well, him and Triple H.
Well,
I mean,
something in the DX water.
I guess
we keep putting Chris, but we kept putting Chris Benoit in matches. Why can't we put a guy whose heart almost exploded?
That's a fair point.
D Nice.
Yo, it's D Nice.
D Nice
How are
says
you, my
hi.
guy?
Okay, that's what 2018 Mysterio made his return.
Hey, good night.
Okay, I was getting that confused with the year he got
booed
out of the building.
That was in Philly, wasn't it? No.
Yeah,
it was Philly.
It was Philly or Pittsburgh. It was
I feel like it was.
I want to say it was Philly.
Yeah,
it was in the Northeast for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and everybody wanted Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, so I do. I kind of I get why they're doing it. Because you still have potential on both the men's and the women's for there to still be surprises. So as long as they don't keep adding to the list,
right? Braun Breaker can enter the Royal Rumble.
Tomato champs.
I think we'll see him come up, and I
Tomato
think that'll be his debut.
Well, I saw he and who was it that worked the dark
Pete
man?
Dunne.
Pete Dunne.
The Bruiserweight.
And like how bad is it that we're at this point where like I saw that they had the dark match and I'm like, okay, so they're going to be given a debut and a firing in about a month?
Do you want to watch old NXT? Look up the main event results.
Oh no.
Main event is what NXT used to be.
Oh no.
Yep.
Just watch main event.
Jim, would you buy tickets to Royal Rumble if Walter is announced as a?
He wouldn't. His wife would.
No. But
That's what I'm saying. His wife would.
I'm making sure I'm watching that at the house all by ourselves. Get my trench coat.
We
want to talk about.
I feel like I have to leave.
You should leave while you can.
I just have to stay sitting for a little while.
The door to the studio just flung open.
Because Mrs. Big Jim.
I won't be gone long.
And he's back.
And I'm already done.
Are you sweating?
A little bit. That's natural though. That has nothing to do with the sex.
I just rain.
That's just it's just a natural perspiration that happens at all times. But then there's also rumors that the WWE has plans for the men's Royal Rumble. It came from the from WrestleVotes on Twitter the other day. It said, had more than one source this weekend without me directly asking state they believe WWE will try for an unexpected forbidden door entrant for the men's Royal Rumble. He said, personally, I'm skeptical it happens, but I can confirm WWE is at least open to the idea, which is exciting enough.
Why is it going to be Alberto Del Rio?
Good Jesus Christ. If it's Alberto Del Rio, I'm turning the Rumble off.
So main event results for the 13th.
What if Paige is in the women's Rumble?
Wrestled T-Bar.
Who wrestled T-Bar?
Tomato Champs.
Oy.
Wrestled T-Bar.
Tomato chips.
That's a shame.
T-Bar.
Pete Dunne and Akira Tozawa
Yikes.
are the two matches for main event this
There's
week.
only two How long is it?
It's an hour. It's an hour show.
There's a lot of recaps.
And then it's a bunch of recaps, right? So it's
Wow,
like
Ciampa and T-Bar had a solid 45-minute contest.
It's like an episode of Sunday Night.
I mean,
Heat.
Dijak versus Tommaso Champs. Like that's.
It sounds like
it should be a match I would enjoy.
Should be.
Too bad he is Tabar.
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 Like why? Why are they still doing Mason Tabar?
You got to do it. You got to do it.
So when they're talking about unexpected, you got to think somebody like, to me, somebody from AEW comes to mind. I don't know who it is, but who do you think? Who do you think, Mike?
I would be more inclined to think, and maybe the Impact Wrestling World Champion Moose.
Oh, okay.
That would be wild.
Maybe a W. Morrissey, aka Big Cass, someone who the fans know could get a fun little pop from the crowd.
You can't.
Now, Tim, when you say, "Have you heard the horrible Jericho rumor?" Does that mean that he's going to keep singing, going to keep wrestling, or there's going to be another insurrection? Is it any one of those?
Or he's going to keep using that stupid ass finisher.
Oh, stupid idiot!
What's his the finisher? The slow turn elbow? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
The I got stuck in rewind elbow effect.
The almost effect.
No, that's AJ's tag partner's finisher.
When I heard when I heard or saw this rumor, Jericho was the first name that came to mind, just because like he and Vince do still, like he said, they stay in touch.
Now,
like there's not a bad relationship.
Yeah, both of them are very active on their parlor accounts.
Absolutely,
so
now they're bringing his wife back. Is Brian potentially in play here?
Dude, that would be fucking insane.
Dude, that'd be wild too.
Main event of WrestleMania to AEW wrestling fucking 60
loses
minutes.
their world title, comes in and wrestles at Royal Rumble.
Do you want, if you're the WWE, are you going to allow a guy to come over here and have that much impact in your match and eliminate some of your own competitors?
Why not?
If Vince McMahon,
if you're gonna
dude.
have,
I mean,
but if you're gonna have
who's he eliminating? Happy Corbin, Madcap Mansoor,
Madcap Mass.
I mean,
Midnight Mass.
you're not asking him to eliminate Omos and
but even
like the main guys. You're asking him to like, hey, come out, get the pop, clear out the ring, and then get eliminated by
like what's the difference?
Miz.
What's
Bobby
the
Lashley.
difference of? And I get it's AEW compared to Impact, but like, what's the difference between Mickie James eliminating Rhea Ripley or Daniel Bryan eliminating Nakamura?
I don't think Vince would allow Mickie James to eliminate Rhea Ripley.
So
Mickie
Mickey's
James
eliminations
maybe-
are going to be like the Bella
Mickie James can
Twins,
eliminate
Summer
maybe
Rae.
Summer Rae,
Aaliyah,
one of the Bellas, and then Rhea Ripley eliminates her.
Or Liv Morgan eliminates her.
Somebody's
so
gonna
that
put
Liv gets
Mickey in the trash bag and then throw her.
take her right to the back. Duke the Dumpster Drozy will be coming back solely for that spot.
No, I mean, I think if you're gonna make the effort and do this, I think they are gonna have at least, maybe not more than like 2 or 3, but you're gonna probably have at least one big elimination for whoever these surprise entrants are.
I know they kicked
Jericho
down.
was Save Us, Devin. That was the gimmick. It was Save Us, not God Help Us.
I know they kicked the door down with Impact. What if they're the one that's going to kick the door down with New Japan?
It's possible because there was rumors
What if you
for
get
a while.
What if you get Kenta as a return?
I don't think Kenta would want to do that.
No, I don't necessarily see him doing it.
I think he's hurt anyways. I think
Here's
he's hurt
the deal, and
anyways.
again, I think we're looking at this as wrestling marks. We're not looking at this as
Wrestling
13-year-old
intern marks?
wrestling
Oh, hi, Mark.
fans that mommy and daddy are going to buy the shirt and the pay-per-view and the John Cena wristbands and the hat. So I don't think anybody from New Japan, unfortunately, moves the WWE needle. It's got to be somebody with the name recognition, and I feel it's got to be somebody from the WWE. John Moxley?
I thought Kenta was hurt. I don't know that John returns at a WWE show before he returns at an AEW show.
Yeah,
that I agree with.
I don't know.
That I think that would be the cause for concern. What if we get Matt Cardona as Matt Cardona and not Zack Ryder?
I mean, we might get Matt Cardona. That's what I was thinking.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
I feel like there's enough names though in New Japan though that people would like if Okada came or if Ibushi came.
I mean, if they could
like,
get one of those, I think
those are big enough names. That,
I mean,
that people would
Tanahashi.
recognize. Yeah, even like a Zack Sabre or Will Ospreay, I think would be a big enough name that
Just don't
would
think
move
that
the needle.
registers to your casual.
Yeah, I think it would have to
it
be
does though.
the big.
Like,
I think Ospreay, Tanahashi, Okada, Ibushi do, but Kenta and like that second tier Great Mood is in play. That one
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So again, I think if you get the top 4 of New Japan, that's in play. But anybody after the 4 of them, like no one's popping for Tomohiro Ishii,
right?
God bless you.
Even though he was on AEW like a month ago or 2 months ago.
Right. No, I don't. I agree with that. I don't think that moved the needle in AEW enough. I don't think they got a pop for that itself. So I don't think the WWE is going to do it because it's cool. They're going to do it because it makes money.
Yeah, and to me, that's where it's.
And unfortunately,
I don't even think Moose makes money, and I'm not.
Chris Jericho makes money. It really does.
Jericho makes money.
Right, but those big names in New Japan would still make money because you're now appealing to a newer fan base more so than the casual viewer.
And you're getting the entire continent of Japan.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I think WWE has a presence in Japan. Like I'm
not saying that it doesn't, but they also haven't been there in almost 3 years since COVID and everything.
They have a footprint, but they don't have a presence.
Man, I don't know.
Japan guys have showed up on AEW, not so much WWE. Everybody that's left has gone to New Japan. That's gone back over to Japan. They know they're the anti or the ex WWE guys. So I think their stranglehold on Japan as a gaijin company has lifted for AEW because you've seen Ishii, best friends are now part of Chaos. You've seen Kenta on the show. Then you see John Moxley carrying the New Japan U.S. title to the ring. I think AEW is almost kind of turning the corner on that side of the world. And I think bringing somebody like a Ospreay or a Zack Sabre Jr. or an Okada, it's a mover. It's a mover for them, not maybe here in America, but for the rest of the world.
And it's been a while. I'm just trying to, and
I mean, look at some of the people that they kept around in the past too, just because of the presence they had in foreign countries.
Yeah,
like the Great Khali, right? Like that.
I mean, these are the guys though that the WWE have already worked with. Your Kota Ibushi, your Zack Sabre Jr., and they were in the Cruiserweight Classic. Like that's where they were relegated to.
Yeah,
like I agree. Like these are wrestlers that when I saw Zack Sabre Jr., I bought 2 autographed 8x10s from him. Like I definitely marked for Zack Sabre Jr. I'm not going to lie about that, but I just don't think that moves the needle as much as like somebody else. And I get what you're saying about that side of the world.
Maybe not necessarily Zack Sabre Jr. or Ospreay because they're not as much as an Okada would.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong. They would be unexpected if we're going to the word that was used in the tweet. For me, I just when I'm thinking Forbidden Door, when I'm thinking unexpected, I'm thinking somebody from AEW. I'm thinking it's
Ring of Honor's too small.
But Jim, are you thinking someone from those companies that has been in WWE before, or are you thinking someone that's never done it before?
I think the only person that really like sticks out to me that would be unexpected, but I think it would be smart business move on both sides of the aisle if we're talking AEW is MJF, because they're already starting to play up the 2024 free agency thing. So if he shows up at the Royal Rumble this year, like that already helps feel, and that's good for WWE, that's good for MJF, and that's good for AEW. But I'm thinking more it's somebody that's been in the WWF before or WWE before. Could be Sting, but I'm thinking Jericho. I'm thinking Ryan, like you said it. I'm thinking Danielson. I think Mike, you bring up a great point about Moxley. I don't know if Moxley.
I feel like
when less than a year ago he released a book talking about how horrible.
Ryan definitely brought up Mox. I definitely brought up.
Yeah, you had
Right.
Sorry,
you flipped us.
I mean, I don't think Adam Cole moves the needle that much, unfortunately.
Nope. I think it's too recent for.
Yeah, I think that's too soon. I mean,
Daniel Bryan was just as recent.
One that would be
Britt Baker.
She's a doctor.
One that would certainly be unexpected, and I think you have about a 0% chance of this happening, though.
Nakazawa.
Yes, Nakazawa would be CM
Brandon
Punk.
Cutler.
Like how much? Because like, how much money does Tony Khan have to pay CM Punk?
Now remember, like the joke that we were talking about how Matt would react when Summer Rae comes out. That would be the pop.
Right, like if you
that I couldn't get over.
Right, like if you get the Royal Rumble countdown and then you get CM Punk's theme, like that's
we would have to space it out enough for Matt after X-Pac that Punk could come back.
Well, that's true. You know,
I don't necessarily know that that's out of the equation.
Oh, I don't think it's out of the equation at all.
I think a lot of people were expecting that last year too.
I'm just saying they're in St. Louis. It's close enough to Chicago that.
You get the end of the cat, like
that's unreal. That is an unreal pop.
Yeah.
I mean, the only problem that I could see.
Pop in Chicago.
It absolutely would be.
That would get a bigger pop in St. Louis than his return in Chicago did.
Yeah, especially if you have what? Because I think it's going to be around 40-something thousand.
I'm saying because of the pure shock value.
Oh, that
everybody in that building knew he was walking out at some point in that show.
Like number, if he came out number like 30, if Punk was 30,
oh my god,
that'd be fucking insane. Like,
again, I think that's great business. I think Vince McMahon doesn't do that.
Are you kidding?
I really don't think. I think he's too fragile.
He does it and lets Punk be in the final four.
Absolutely.
You think?
Absolutely. Why not?
Yes.
If
And-
if he
and-
does it, then Punk is going deep into that match. Like
That's
it's
what I'm
not.
saying.
Yeah. Like
Oh yeah,
he's-
you
comes
can't
out-
you
he
can't
comes out
bring
at
him
20
out
and
and
goes to
eliminate
the
him right
Final
away
Four.
because that's got to be a negotiation between Tony Khan
The
and his cousin
warlord
Nick.
moment is CM Punk. Not warlord. Yeah, warlord. Yeah, not warlord.
Bushwhacker.
Or
Bushwhacker
the
moment.
Bushwhacker.
Bushwhacker, and he just
comes in, which is still the great. Like, well, that is one of the greatest spots in the history of the Rumble. Walks out,
So
gets tossed,
cheap.
doesn't even miss a beat, and just walks right to the back.
No, but Punk comes out at 20 or 30 and ends up in the Final Four, eliminates 6 to 8 guys, and then gets eliminated by, say, a Randy Orton or an AJ Styles who goes on and wins the match. I don't think there's any foul there for AEW.
And like,
well, it's not going to be Randy Orton because it's in St. Louis.
Well, that's true. He'll be the first one eliminated. He'll get eliminated by Matt Moss.
Facts. Forgot.
But like,
My bad.
I mean, let's be honest. If we know Vince McMahon and Nick Khan are businessmen, and if Tony Khan's Twitter activity proves us anything over the past couple of weeks, that guy's a businessman.
That's what they say.
Like, so there's money in CM Punk showing up at the Royal Rumble.
Who moves intern Mark's needle?
Jordan
Jonathan Gresham if he's accompanied by Jordan Grace.
Correct.
The Sea Stars.
The Sea
Man,
Stars.
what about-
I was about to say the Sea Stars.
Oh, the Sea Stars. That could happen. We could see the Sea Stars.
It
They
could
would really
happen.
make a splash in the Rumble.
All right, mute him now.
There it was.
Mark's playing the hits.
You had a chance and it's gone.
Mark, how do you know they're stars?
How do I know they're stars? Because not all stars belong to the sky. And they take meteor showers.
There you go.
There it was. That's what I was looking for.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Is there anyone
Come on,
though
man.
from like Ring of Honor, Jim, that you think they could bring out that would be enough of like a splash?
Danhausen.
Danhausen would be cool.
Danhausen would
Yeah.
be huge.
Yeah, that'd be
and again,
wild.
that's to a mark though that follows internet wrestling.
The Briscoes, but that they can't come out together.
No, I don't think the WWE.
That'd be tough.
No, but there's somebody that would.
But that would
surprise the hell
move
out
the
of me.
needle and surprise me.
So
but
let's pretend that this unexpected Forbidden Door entrant plays out. Ryan, who do you say it is?
That's a great question. I'm so glad you brought that to my attention, Jim. We've talked about it for the last 10 minutes
or more. Yes.
I don't know. I really don't. I don't have a clue.
Just give me a name.
I think the surprise entrant, if it is from another company, will be Bray Wyatt.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
shoot.
Oh,
That's
I
big.
like that. Intern Mark.
Big, it's enormous.
Who do you say it is, Mark?
It's big. It's enormous.
But I
Ace X Calhoun.
I
am fucking loaded.
He stacks Calhoun in spiritual form. Man, I could see
came into
Jericho
me.
coming out and the entire. Are you serious? I could see. I could see Jericho coming out and the whole crowd singing along with Judas. That would be wild.
Yeah, he would come out to Judas, right?
Absolutely.
That's for sure. Yeah, you could.
100% he
Yep.
comes out.
Yeah.
Yep, he would come out. Yep, I could. That Judas song would hit and the place would go nuts.
All right.
The fans would be
Mike.
shocked. They
Mike,
would
who do
go
you say?
banana.
I see it as Chris from Winnipeg, but I was hoping that it's Phil from Chicago.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Look at the sign. They're doing the sign.
Devin says Omega. Omega would be in play if he wasn't hurt. I think, and that I think that would be good. Like I don't think he's anywhere close to clear.
And obviously, we're saying absolutely no to Cody, right?
Oh my God, the 7-star general, man.
Now that would be something too.
I don't think.
I mean,
Royal
I'm
Rumble-
just saying we're 100% out on.
I
I'm
always say no to Cody.
I'm
What if it
100%
was-
on Cody on everything.
Well, I'm just saying
What if it was?
you have a
Gold
better
Dust?
shot of getting Jericho, Phil, MJF, even a Darby Allin than we do.
So Tim
general,
is,
right?
Tim's where who did I say I would turn it off for? I don't even remember who I said that.
You said
Uh,
Samurai.
Who's going to turn off the Rumble?
But who's he turn it off for?
Sonny.
I said if it's
Cody
Cody
shows up, that's fair. I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
we can turn it off.
I don't see that happen.
What if Corey Graves comes back now that he's kind of been cleared?
I think Corey Graves does.
I would imagine that's where he makes his return.
What did he wrestle as? He didn't wrestle as Corey Graves, correct?
Yes, he did.
Oh, what was
on
it?
the Indies? On the Indies, he was Sterling James Keenan.
Oh, okay, Sterling. Okay, yeah.
But
Okay, I
then
didn't
he
know that.
became Corey Graves and then stayed Corey Graves after the injury.
That was his WWE. Okay,
Matt, who do you say it is?
I
say it's X-Pac.
I'm gonna go with Cardona. That's not a Forbidden Door pick.
Could you imagine if they brought Nick Gage?
That'd be fucking insane.
The WWE doesn't touch the Briscoes because they don't touch Nick Gage either.
Yeah. I don't think you're.
Well, I mean,
oh, there's a candle here.
I'm going to say there is.
Yeah, that smells real good,
doesn't it?
Yeah, hot chocolate and cream.
Right? It's a delicious smelling candle.
Yum.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say Punk.
Man,
I'm gonna say shoot big. Shoot big.
So who's a surprise entrant that is not the Forbidden Door then?
Graves.
Yeah, Graves.
Like, do we see The Rock this year?
No, I don't think The Rock. Like, even if the plan is to do Rock versus Roman, which I don't think it is this year, I don't think it's a Rumble.
No, I feel that's more of a Hollywood.
Yeah, I think that's going to be
WrestleMania.
Hollywood Mania if it ever even happens.
You can start at this Mania and burn that all year.
Sure.
Yeah, that doesn't have to be at the Rumble.
or even night after Mania, like Roman comes out, conquering hero.
Yeah, we haven't had a decent Raw after Mania for a while. Yeah, that could do it.
Well, because I mean, you think of it. 2 years ago, it was a empty performance center.
Right.
Last year, it was a Thunderdome.
Yes.
So this is the first true Raw after Mania.
We're hoping.
Hopefully, yeah. You're not putting the
Let
two
Optimus
back in the
Prime
tube
keep
at this point.
going. We may not be.
Like, I mean, it's sadly. Well,
But
actually,
it is Texas. But it
if
is Texas.
I'll say it's Texas. The laws,
It's almost as
laws
bad
and
as here in
science
Florida.
don't happen
No,
there.
no, we're fine.
Tim, it was good seeing you in the comments, my guy. Have a good weekend.
Bye, Tim.
It was good. It was
Oh,
good seeing
bye,
you.
Tim.
Glad I could
Not
fill in.
at the Tool Man across all platforms.
That
He doesn't
is
TikTok.
correct.
He don't like your TikToks.
That's right. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark.
You're real good at this, Mark. You're
All right,
real
right
good.
now in
Are we looking at the odds?
sixth place odds to win the Rumble is Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I'll be done.
Wow.
Jesus.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Also on the
Who's
I love
number
that.
one?
number one is Big E.
Is that right? Big E.
Where's Braun Breaker on that list?
12th.
Braun Breaker is very far down on the list.
He should
He
be.
is behind Walter, Xavier Woods, and Sheamus at 50-1 odds.
Did you say Shane McMahon?
Why can't I stop these? There's a stop button. You see that, right?
No, that's just a square.
What's what a stop button is?
I know it's what a stop button is, but I don't think that's supposed to be.
There
a stop
comes
button.
Mrs. Big Jim.
But if there's a play button,
I don't think so, Jim.
Also coming in with higher odds. Braun Strowman at 33-1 odds. Bray Wyatt at 40-1 odds.
I thought you were going to say something about RVD when you said high odds.
No, the odds are he's
Yeah,
High
RVD
odds.
couldn't be there.
I think is what we're looking at.
Johnny Knoxville's at 100-1, as is Mick Foley,
He says, could you imagine
Steve
if Johnny
Austin,
Knoxville?
The Undertaker,
Said
and
he's gonna-
Shane McMahon,
Oh,
all at 100-1
Who?
odds.
The best in the world.
Now we're- And coming in last place with 250-1 odds
came into me.
currently is Vincent Kennedy
Oh my god.
McMahon.
boy.
I was going to say Michael Cole. Does Pat McAfee have better odds?
I wish he was on this list because he should.
Yes.
Absolutely should. He's bummed. He can do that.
All right, last thing
God, we got more.
before we got one more. We got one more. Don't do this.
Sorry.
Don't be that way.
No, this is fantastic. I love sitting next
Come
to
on,
you now.
Smokey.
It's nice.
This feels good.
It's very nice.
Are we going to night and
Smokey.
day after this?
What was that, Matt?
No, I believe they have Omicron there.
They have all of the Omicron.
Come on, man. BBJ. I bet
I do
BBJ
miss-
would
I
be
do
there to
miss
see.
her.
I don't think she works there.
She's probably
She's
dead.
worth the risk.
Jesus.
Wow.
She's probably dead.
Yesterday.
That's the second hot one for Matt.
Jesus. Yesterday, Roman Reigns hit
Yeah.
500 days as Universal Champion. It ranks now 8th longest all time in terms of consecutive days as a World/Universal Champion. So today, of course, he's at 501. Brock's Universal title reign it started in 2017, went 504 days. Bob Backlund was WWF champion for 648 days. Pedro Morales had a reign of 1,027 days. Bruno Sammartino had a reign of 1,237 days. Bob Backlund had 1,470. Hulk Hogan had 1,474. And then Bruno Sammartino started on May 17th, 1963, had a title reign of 2,803
Yeah,
days.
no one's ever touching that.
Certainly Roman Reigns
his
Roman's reign
Roman's reign.
is
Roman
not going
Reigns.
anywhere near I would say probably the top 5, which are the ones over 1,000 days. Like, I mean, that's literally doubling what
Yeah, he's
at
already done.
now. And that was from SummerSlam of 2020 through now. So but does I mean, he's obviously going to, unless he loses.
At the same time, he doesn't have to lose it. I think his angle and his gimmick still feels very fresh.
Yes, I think they're doing a spectacular. So he's got to pass Brock. That's literally 3 days from now. Unless he loses the Universal title on SmackDown tomorrow.
Or main event. If main event.
Or main event.
I mean, it could happen.
Roman Reigns is going
It could
to
happen.
pass Brock Lesnar. Now, Bob Backlund's 648 day reign. That's 147 days from now. So Roman would have to get through WrestleMania clean because we're at 79 days until Mania.
Which he does, I think. I don't think he has to lose to Brock Lesnar.
Right, because I assume we're getting Brock Roman at Mania.
I'm assuming.
So yeah, I don't think Brock needs to.
I'd be fine if he carries it to potentially The Rock the next WrestleMania.
So another, so that would put him in the 800 something.
That would put him over Bob Backlund.
Yeah.
I would be okay watching that. I mean, if they can keep his gimmick as fresh feeling as they have, and that's going to be a challenge the longer it goes.
Sure.
I'm down for it. What else is on SmackDown to watch? I'm not to be a dick.
No, I mean, I'm kind of there with you. That's really kind of carried SmackDown. So I mean, so he's like I said, he's a couple of days away from being the longest running in kind of the modern era, because everything else is the most recent out of that was Hogan in '84.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Do you?
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Yeah, I was.
Mark probably remembers it like it was yesterday.
I remember Hogan. Yep, I do. I remember that. When Hulkamania was running wild, brother.
So
it was never in.
Ryan, you said you're fine if it goes to Mania next year.
I'd be totally fine with that. I think he can beat The Rock.
I'd be all right with that too.
Could go to SummerSlam.
I mean, who, if not Brock, who? And the only way you do beat Reigns is you catch him.
I mean, I think one of the obvious answers
Robert Lashley.
It could be Lashley, could be Big E.
I mean, to get there, we have to go through a shakeup then, a superstar
Or a
shakeup
Royal
or
Rumble.
Or a Royal Rumble.
Okay, or a Rumble. That's fair.
And then, because I mean, we did kind of we kind of hit the mark that they could do with the 2-night Mania. You could do Brock Roman, and then the Rumble winner faces champion of choice at night 2.
If you unify,
so you have, or even if you don't,
okay,
you could just
okay.
you
All
could
right.
just. I mean, if there's like a DQ or something, there's always fun ways they can do that.
I could eat.
Oh,
go to a
Devin,
Dairy
man,
Queen.
that's a bad take.
What did you say?
There's
No, that's not.
there's no fucking way. And here's the thing:
I have a better shot of walking out with the title.
I don't
at
even
Rumble.
necessarily hate it.
0.0.
But
you know what happens when you put percentages on things.
I tested this theory. I don't think it's as
I think
rock.
this one's pretty safe.
This one's pretty safe.
This
I
one
feel.
feels
Okay, I'm just saying.
Don't get me wrong. I love Seth Rollins. But there's
Seth
no
freaking
That's right.
Rollins.
Seth
Freaking Rollins.
My bad. How dare I not call him by his government
Now, Mark,
name?
don't you call your children that? Correct? Is that how you address your both of your children?
I do.
You've
I do.
added
I
that
put the
new little
freaking in
name.
there. The freaking, it was, we had 9 months to come up with a good middle name for the children, and I really wanted to name my son Hunter Hurst. So he'd be Hunter Hurst Hottenstein or Triple H. And that's one of the reasons why I'm divorced.
It's fair.
Well, that and your ex-wife's a bitch, right?
Well,
Jim, she watches the show.
Yeah, she's a big
Now we
fan.
just lost a listener.
she's watching right now.
And they're
Actually,
gone.
she's sitting. She's sitting out
Okay,
with
so it's a
COVID
rumor,
right now.
Devin Hurst, not his
Big
prediction.
booty frickin' Judy.
No, she's dead.
BBJ.
All right.
Judy Bagwell on a forklift.
Mike, how
forklift
long
for
do you
BBJ's,
think Roman goes as champion, and who ultimately dethrones Reigns?
So
Reigns.
I'm gonna go all the way through Mania next year in Los Angeles. Unfortunately, the person that he's going to lose the Universal title or the whatever they decide to name it, the Intergalactic Championship after they unify the titles together, is going to be none other than someone who I don't want him to lose to, but I think it's going to be the passing of the WWE torch at that point. Will be one Braun Breaker.
Wow.
No way.
That's
No way.
insane.
I don't
doing
want
that
it.
Steiner math.
I don't.
He's doing that
Okay, I don't want it at all.
Dude, you
I don't.
just ruined this podcast for me tonight. I was having a really good time.
I ruined it for myself. I ruined it for myself because I don't want that
Poor
to happen.
Smokey.
But the way that they're actually trying to build Braun Breaker is that it could be in play that he would be the one that would take the title off of Roman. Roman is going to go through everybody on this roster. Owens, Seth, Pete Dunne when they call him up, Walter. He'll go through all of them. It's got to be someone that's off the beaten path that Roman doesn't see coming.
No, you don't, Devin. If that would have been your prediction and it came true, I would have given
No,
you.
you know what? I'm giving it to him because you guys put the 0% chance.
Fine.
Are
Seth
you ready
Rollins-
to stand by that?
Hold
No,
on,
he doesn't
hold
get
on.
Tim's picks. He gets Jim's picks
Fine.
for the month of February.
If
I was
Seth
gonna say, hold
Rollins
on.
walks out of the
If-
Rumble as Universal Champion, Devin gets my picks for the entire month.
But if he
of February.
doesn't, then what? Then what? There's
I
got to
like
be. There's
that.
got to be some. He doesn't get anybody's picks for the next calendar month.
For the next
There you go. You don't
3
get
months.
to ask. You don't get to ask. You don't get to be part of the contest.
No, here's what it is.
Okay. He has to cut half his no.
He has to
Oh,
officially say Tim does not ever need to acknowledge him.
That's fair.
Yo,
There
that's
it
what
is.
it is.
I like
That
that.
it is.
Evan, do you agree to
100%.
those terms? You'll get my picks for the entire month of February if it happens, but if it doesn't, you don't get to ask Tim to acknowledge you ever again. There you go. There's your terms. Except
forever's a long time, Devin.
Unbelievable. There's no way.
there's no way.
He's not going
You can't do it. Tim needs to
He's
acknowledge
never
it.
going to give it up.
But damn, Mike,
Think how lightheaded he must get. Never mind.
Matt, how long?
Oh.
How long do you
a lot
think
of blood.
that? Roman Reigns ends as champion.
Mania this year, I'm speaking it into existence.
I mean, I hope it's this year at some point too, because I hope that this isn't the 9,000 day run of Roman Reigns, but the way that they're doing it with the character that he is, you could always have him turn on the Usos after they almost cost him the title, and then you could have an Uso Roman area.
I mean, they go
But
hard to the paint.
They do go hard to paint.
Down
You
since
could
day
have
one-ish.
a towel throwing match. This story's
There
writing
it goes.
itself.
There it is. Devin agreed to the terms.
There it is.
So I just-
Devin agreed. He's in.
I hope that it's not Braun Breaker, and I hope it's this year. But the way WWE is strapping the rocket ship to Braun Breaker down in 2.0, the bioluminescent brand, as I call it.
You know they take away the name Braun when they bring he's just Breaker, right? Like that will happen. They will just
Breaker, one
he's
Steiner.
Break.
He's Beaker. He's Beaker. He loses the Braun and
just
the
comes in,
R.
like meeps around.
Breaker Steiner over here.
He'd be a better promo.
So who does he lose to, Matt? Did he lose to Brock, I guess?
I mean, whoever the Rumble winner is, he loses to them. I don't know who I'm ready to crown as the Rumble winner yet.
Bobby Lashley.
I'd be fine with that, honestly.
Bobby. Mark,
with a little help from Alice.
Focus. When do you think Roman loses, and who does he lose to?
Mark, what did Alice think of Sam's meat?
But she loved Sam's meat, but he had a little too much tongue.
Too much what?
Too much tongue. I'm going to call you
There's
Butcher.
too much cum.
Why are you going to call me Butcher?
No, tongue.
There's too much cum here.
Tongue.
Tongue.
You said
He said
tongue.
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 Oh, must be that Hottenstein internet.
Too much
Come on,
tongue.
I mean, we all
Come
heard
on now.
tongue except for you. So I don't know.
Tongue.
Even the
You have
person
too much
on your
tongue.
internet.
I mean, his hearing must be better than mine.
That might be.
But Mark,
think
not to distract you
Sam the
from
Butcher.
Sam's beat, but
Reruns of the Brady Bunch.
yeah,
I think Reigns is going to hold on to that title through the rest of the year, just as tight as Alice's apron strings are tied around her waist.
I hate this show.
I hate it so much sometimes. I really do.
He's going to keep it till next year. I could see it happening. I think he'll keep it till Mania next year.
And who does he lose? Does he
California.
lose to The Rock?
I think, as much as I would dislike it, I think The Rock may be the one to take it off him.
Wow.
And I'm sorry if that upsets anybody.
I think he'll
guess
lose it at
unless-
the Rumble next year. I'll say right now, I'll say Big E. I think he'll lose it at the Rumble, and then they will the Roman Rock match will not. It won't be for the title. It'll just be for
Be a non-title.
family supremacy or whatever like that. But I could see it going through Mania next year. I could see it going to SummerSlam next year. The challenge is it's not making it believable that Roman Reigns remains champion for 1,000 days. It's making the story remain compelling. Like that's going to be the challenge, because now you've already lost Paul Heyman, who I think was as valuable to this current run as anybody. So how do you go from losing Heyman, and what happens like when the Brock feud's over? I mean, I guess you could have Heyman, unless like that's the gimmick is Heyman was punking Brock the whole time.
He brings up Malcolm Bivens.
Oh, like there has to be more than just Roman and the Usos. Like there just has to be. There has to be more.
Roman has always been slow with his promos. Could you only imagine how slow they would be? Like his walk to the ring. His promos are so drawn out. Could you imagine?
You got to fill those 2 hours of SmackDown, and the way Khan's running through that roster.
You don't move him to Raw and fill an hour with just his promo.
Well, there you go. That's the ticket. Get the
Fill that
WWE
third hour with
website.
him just standing out there and just being like, "Yo, I'm Roman. I am head of table."
All right, let's wrap this thing up. I think we had a good run here.
We tried, and that's what matters.
We did our best.
That was close enough. So, Mike, why don't you lead off the plugs this week? Let everybody know, obviously, about Take 3. Anything else you got going on? It was a pleasure having you here, bud.
I appreciate you guys having me tonight. Maybe we'll run this back next week with some fun and shenanigans as I make the picks again next week for Tim. Then he's gonna do a trivia question, I think. Maybe we'll see. All right, so follow us at Take the Number 3 Wrestling on Twitter. You can follow me at They Call Me Burn, BERN, last 4 letters. I follow most of you, I believe, on the Twitter sphere. Follow me on Instagram at Fat Kid Certified SE. Got a lot of fun stuff on there. Yeah, it's my wrestling stuff. I also, if you like poker at all, I do commentary for a live stream at the place I work at. Go on twitch.tv/PBKC Poker. I'm on there doing commentary. Other than that, again, I appreciate you guys having me tonight. We're going to have some fun tonight with Jim over on Take 3, where we watch the 92 Rumble and talk about hashtag fuck Bret Hart.
I can't wait. Just a few minutes from now. Intern Mark, you got anything this week?
Yeah, I have. I should have asked this earlier, probably, and try to get some feedback from our followers. Does anybody know any type of detergent that can get like farm show smell out of your clothes?
Nope.
I was at the Pennsylvania Farm Show, and
just burn them.
If you don't have an extra milkshake, Mark,
See you, Devin.
There's nothing you
have
can
a good
do.
week, bud. Yeah, possible snowstorm Monday. God,
Snow.
Mark,
I heard
Mark,
about
I just
black-
one question I have
raspberry.
to ask Mark as it relates to the farm show is, you were good, you were wearing a mask. How bad was that with
yes.
the smell getting in the mask and not coming out? Brutal, huh?
It was a little rough, especially at the tractor judging contest. I wanted to stick around for that. It was a little tough. You could certainly smell the oil and the body odor and the manure. It was all mixed in there.
It's all just one.
It was.
Here's the deal.
It was a little
I
rough.
wear a mask at my work every day, and I'm
day.
back to now like just farting in public on the sales floor
Ah.
Because I wear a mask. So you know that if you like come shopping and you come into the aisle, and you're not wearing a mask, I will absolutely shit on that floor and make you smell that for not wearing a mask.
That's
If
what
you
you
come
get.
in and you wear a mask, I can be a regular adult and hold my farts in. But if I see you without a mask, I will risk shitting my pants
as you
to
should
try to fart,
God.
just to make you feel a little bit
But-
more uncomfortable. So just wear a mask.
You don't want to
But
smell.
if they're
raw
wearing a
ass.
mask,
Right. Just put a mask on.
Just put a mask.
Because I won't be put
if
in
you're
that
wearing
situation.
a mask, you can
Mark,
do it anyway.
outside of yourself, how many other people were wearing a mask at that farm show?
Oh my God, it was bad. I mean,
Count
there
on
was-
2
Over
hands.
22%.
I was gonna say over 10.
Yeah, it was 10%. No, maybe 10%
10 total
of people were.
people.
That is
they even
why
had
I
gentlemen-
wouldn't risk the farm show for a milkshake.
Absolutely.
They have that. They have the truck. It drives around
Yeah,
in the
you can just go
summertime.
to. I know it's not the same, but you can go to McDonald's and get
Right,
a
I
fucking
can
milkshake
get
if you need one.
milkshakes elsewhere.
Yeah,
I can
but-
make. a milkshake
I think
for
the food service, the people serving food, I think for the most part had masks. And then there's signs on the door when you go in, which people hesitate for about a second, and then they open the door and go in without a mask.
It's because they don't
And
know
then
how to
there's
read.
tables set up with
It has
like,
nothing- It has nothing
Yeah,
to
like,
do.
hey,
They're just trying to
dude,
figure out what words on paper mean.
What are these
Wait,
fancy, fancy
What is it?
writings you guys
Like,
got here?
Is this hieroglyphics?
there was
Spanish.
There was a child wearing a "Let's Go Brandon" flag on the back of his electric wheelchair, which was interesting. And I felt that poor kid was been dealt an awful hand in life.
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's go, Brandon.
gosh.
Good lord.
It was boy, it was something. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, all types.
It was
I'm not
it
even
was quite
surprised.
a
by
show.
any of that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mark. Matt, you got anything? Woman of the week this week.
Woman of the week this week, yes. So go follow at Miss Tracy Grace. That is our Woman of the Week this week. We did make the charitable donations to the top 3 finishers of the Woman of the Year contest from last year. So thank you to all of them for participating. Shout out to the first ever Woman of the Week making her return at the Royal Rumble, Summer Rae. She's the one that kicked off the entire
That's right.
Instagram page and was the mindset behind this whole crazy idea we had 6 years ago. And that was me pounding the table for her. And I still can't tell you what her theme song sounds like. Follow me on Twitter at 3CT Affiliate. I'll be annoying about the Eagles this weekend and this weekend only until they get eliminated.
Glad I didn't have to say it. Ryan.
Yeah.
Man, this was
wild. This is nice. Yeah. This is
Thank you, people of Brunnerville, for
for muffing up.
getting
real bad.
Ryan back in Studio L.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a
This was
week.
nice to come back and knock some rust off and talk into a different microphone. This was a lot of fun. You can follow me. It's RYNEAGLE. I am lucky enough to have to work this weekend, and I will not have to sit through that Eagles loss. So if they make it through, then I will be able to catch next week's the game. But I'm not holding my breath.
You won't get to watch the Cowboys loss either, though, Ryan.
I know that's the bummer there.
That's what you're disappointed
That's
in.
the bummer. But I think right now we hold like pick 15 and 16 in the draft. So
and 19.
Is it 19? I mean, currently
We
the way
have three,
Three
man.
top 20 picks
Yeah.
for Howie to screw
That's
up.
not awful. Right. But I mean, if number one picks meant Super Bowls, the Lions would have won one long time ago.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. Follow
And
me.
if good drafting got you playoff wins, then the Cowboys wouldn't be 0 for their last 42.
That's a fair point
That's
as well.
also a fair point.
That's a fair point.
It's also a fair point.
Jim, I hope one day you get to see the Cowboys that you remember.
Because I don't remember
when you're growing up.
10-year-old little Jim,
right,
celebrating a Cowboys Super Bowl. I
Right.
certainly do not.
Yeah,
remember
it's
that.
definitely something I hope you.
It's
I hope
more
you-
fun when you can drink to celebrate a Super
Correct.
Bowl win, Jim.
I am sure of that. I am sure of that. All right. You can follow me at Big Jim Sports. Again, follow the show at 3 Count Thursday. That is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/3 Count Thursday. Get your merchandise over at tpublic.com as well as whatamaneuver.net. The Collar and Elbow brand deal, our home network, of course, NGSC Sports at ngscsports.com. And our secondary home is the Leap Sports and Music Network. And until next time, stay safe, stay smart, and go for the pin.